what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being as this is the .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it could blow your head clean off, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Go ahead. Make my day.
Indeed. Now, take 2. Let's try this again. No guns this time, except for oh wait a minute. Clint had a lot of guns in those clips, so can't do that. Anyway, welcome all to the second attempt at doing this Clint Eastwood life ranking. Obviously, we all know what happened last Tuesday, but I won't dwell on that. I was pissed off enough already on Tuesday and especially on Wednesday. Then by Thursday, I got clear to do live streams again. It was like a 24-hour block, so we're back. Thank God it wasn't a 7-day block or something. So anyway, yes, hopefully this time we will get to play Misty for me. Thank you, Matt. No Rawhide, as the title says, it's films only, but I do love me some Rawhide. But welcome, Patrick. Stacy is here. Yes, thank you, Stacy. You've been amazingly kind and supporting, especially after Tuesday's stream got pulled. Some of his underrated acting ones are The Gauntlets on Impact, Hardwick Ridge, my directing underrated. Yes, we will get to all of the ones that you mentioned. Yes. Hey Dave, good evening. I know you were here when things went wrong last Tuesday. As same as for Mr. Andy Phillips. Hey Andy. $16 million. Cheers, Patrick. Hey Jeff, I'll have to check out a replay on Glash. Thank you, Mr. Dan Hoare. Awesome guy, awesome channel. Thank you so much. All the films I like will either be in the first 2 minutes or the last 2. I don't think you're gonna like the first few that I'm gonna mention on the main list, but yeah. Yes. Although, look at that. Clint has a gun right there. Can't do that. Yeah. So anyway, welcome, Gareth. Take 2 generally. Yes, take 2. Would he have made a good Remo Williams? I don't know about that. Would be interesting again. Yes, Bob McCall. I knew you were waiting. I knew you were very excited for the first one. Obviously, things went wrong, so let's hope we're going to make up for everything that happened Tuesday tonight. Thank you, Bob, for tuning in once again. Yes, we will. Hopefully, we'll get to the suite tonight. I didn't even get to mention last time. Hey, Sparkstron. Great intro. Missed the first Clint. Yes. Yeah, it got pulled, so you didn't miss much. I'm on season 4 of Raw. I just want Mr. Dennis saying so many of the guest stars on that show will end up in Clint movies. Yes, and even Charlie Brunson was in one of the episodes as a guest star. So that's the only time that they ever were in anything together. So Rawhide versus the Rifleman. Rawhide. I mean, I like the Rifleman, but gotta go with Clint. Anyway, where we did end up last time, where things went wrong. Obviously, in the first few minutes, I did a skit on Dirty Harry. I had a prop gun, and YouTube doesn't like prop guns for some reason. So I was going through my list of the films that he directed only. So the films that he directed, but he isn't in. I was going through those before we go to the main list, you know, which I do have 48 films in total where he stars in them, and also obviously a majority of them where he directs and stars. But I also have quite a few films that he has just directed only without actually acting in it. Yes, I'm leaning towards Rawhide. I mean, that main theme, you know, you can't go wrong. Rolling, rolling, rolling. So yeah, I was going through that list when things actually, you know, when YouTube pulled the plug, so to speak. So I have 15 of his films. I do want to give these a mention. 15 of his films that he has directed only without starring in them. So I'm going to rank those from, well, I guess worst to best. I have not yet seen Juror number 2. That one is coming out on physical media here in the Netherlands, I think, in either this month, February, because it is now the 1st of February, or it will come out in March. So I will wait till I get the physical copy of that film. Jason is here. Yeah, Jason had his Clint Eastwood month. He's now doing his Charles Bronson month. So by all means, go check that out. Just finished Hard Times. Yes, Hard Times is amazing. Thank you for making it, Jason. Thanks for being here. I don't know if it was a first time watch for you, Hard Times, or if it was a second watch, but Hard Times is awesome. Eastwood Ladies. Oh, yes, that could be a good ranking. Sandra would not be number 1, I think. I feel Paint Your Wagon City coming short. Yes, we will get to the main 48 after we get through the 15 movies that Clint directed. Now, for a few, I have to go to this box set right here, which I will just quickly show. This was the first box set I ever purchased with my own money when I was 13 or 14. I saved up for this one. The Clint Eastwood 35 films, 35 years box set, which again, yeah, had 35 films in it. Which that was how I discovered the majority of Clint Eastwood's films. Obviously, I saw the Darrell's films and the Dirty Harry films, but then I saw this box set in the store, and obviously I was like, hey, I want that. So many Clint Eastwood films in there. So I saved up for it. I was hoping it would still be in stock by the time I saved up enough money. Luckily, it was. It was the last one available. It was that box right there, so I took it home. And yeah, that was my first big thing that I ever owned, you know, in terms of box sets. So especially when it comes to Clint. I got a feeling I will as well. I've heard many positive things about it. Heard many positive things about Juror number 2. I still need to see 20 more Eastwood films before ranking. Oh, I would definitely be interested to see how our rankings stack up. I think we might have a few similar ones here and there, definitely top ranking, but it's going to be interesting because he's done so many great films. Honestly, I'm gonna rattle off the 15 director only films in a minute. Honestly, there's 48 films where he's a main actor in it since 1964 onwards. Except for the bottom 2, all of them are fucking great. So this was no doubt the hardest list I've ever had to put together. So yeah, that's for sure. That is a 101 Bronson shirt that I had made a few years ago now. It's actually it's fading a little bit. I have to get a new one printed soon. I do not have a merch store yet. I think I'm almost at enough subscribers and like watch hours and stuff so I can open a merch store. So maybe soon, maybe very, very soon. Who knows? If that's something somebody would be interested in, why not? Why not? So yeah. At number 15, again, this is just the director only film. So this is like a side bonus list before we get to the main, you know, the main beef of this video, of this live stream. So at number 15 of his director only films is a film from 1997, which, to be honest, I have to give another watch. Haven't I haven't really seen it, in a good few years. It's been a while. It's on DVD only in this box set once again. 1997. It is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I think Kevin Spacey, and I think Jeffrey Lewis is in it. Obviously, we know Jeffrey Lewis from a lot of Clint Eastwood films. I think Jeffrey Lewis has a small role in it, but I do remember him being in it. Okay, it's definitely my least favorite. It's definitely the least memorable, and I don't remember a bit of it. Besides, again, Kevin Spacey being in it, and a cameo from Jeffrey Lewis. Then number 14, we have A Passion Project for Clint Eastwood, starring Forrest Whitaker from 1988. It's the movie Bird, about jazz musician Charlie Parker. I know this was a subject very near and dear to Clint's heart. Obviously, Clint, as we all know, is a big jazz fan. So this was a passion project. Sadly, did not make any money or anything, but I think Forrest Whitaker did get praise for that. To be honest, Forrest Whitaker is probably one of his best performances. I think he's fantastic in the film. At number 13, I do have a separate edition, other than the box set. It is the first one that he directed that he wasn't in. It's the film Breezy from 1973 with William Holden and Kay Lance. For the Bronson fans among us, Kay Lance from Death Wish 4, that Kay Lance. Yeah, this one is okay. I like this one a hell of a lot more than the previous two. Again, Bird is not a bad film. It's a long one. It's kind of depressing, so it's not an easy watch. Let's put it that way. Breezy, on the other hand, it's a fucking breezy watch. That is an interesting one. I do like that one. At number 12, again, I have a separate edition for this one. It is from 2010, starring Matt Damon. It is Hereafter, which I do have to give this one another watch as well, to be honest, because, I watched it, 2 years ago for the first time. I, again, don't remember a damn lick of it, so the best thing about this Blu-ray set comes with the Eastwood Factor documentary, which is like an hour and a half documentary on Clint Eastwood, narrated by Morgan Freeman. Yeah, that's a pretty good documentary, so that's the best thing about that Blu-ray for sure. Let's see, what do we have next? For director only, a musical, people would call it, but for me, this is a film that just features music. It's not a musical because there's no, breaking into song for no reason. Like, I'm talking to you right now and all of a sudden start singing about how my day went. No, that's not what this movie is. This is about Frankie Valli, and stuff. It's a story of him, and obviously it is based on a musical. There's music in it, but I don't consider it a musical because musical for me is people breaking into song for no reason. So I do like this one. It is Jersey Boys from 2013, 2014, 2014. With a pretty great cast. Among them is Christopher Walken. Anything that Christopher Walken is in, I'm gonna watch. So yeah, Jersey Boys is a pretty good one. Then we have another one with Matt Damon. I have to go back to the box set once again, because I do have this one in the box set on DVD. It's Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman in Invictus. I think this is also 2010, 2009. Yeah, it is 2009. Would you guys like to hear my Morgan Freeman impression? It's not a very good one, but yeah, it's okay. Before we move on, let's quickly pull up some more comments. Allison, I'm assuming this is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember it. So, some of my earliest memories as a child are watching Clint Eastwood films on TV with my dad. Yes, that's for me. I watched a lot of Clint films, like the Dirty Harrys, with my dad the first time. So, can't do any more though, because my dad is a yes. Well, that is of course very sad. But yeah, you do always have the memories, don't you? So that's always something you can go back to. Should Clint have directed Brokeback Mountain? No. Very simple answer, no. I'll probably mention them as we go along. As we talk about the films. Kay Lance has a lower tier Eastwood Ladies. She's okay. Well, it hits all the agendas for him, so yes. Talking of jazz, I still can't believe Clint's son did a gig about 5 streets away from me. Yes, his son, Kyle Eastwood, I think, is also a jazz musician in his own right. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Lance, yeah. So that was Invictus. At number 9, we have another. He seems to do a lot of these biopics, like these, films like based on real people, real events, stuff like that. He seems to do a lot of them. This one here is from 2011, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Naomi Watts, Armie Hammer, Josh Lucas, and Dame Judi Dench, and J. Edgar. Of course, the story about J. Edgar Hoover, the guy that founded, what is it, the CIA or the FBI, one of the two. I think it's the FBI. Yeah, it's a good biopic. It's a good biopic. Next up, again, back to the box set for one of his war films. Like in like 2006, 2007, he did like a double feature war films on the Battle of Iwo Jima. He told the American side and the Japanese side. This is the American side. It's number 8. It's Flags of Our Fathers. There's the Discord, which I do like that film. Next up is a pretty underrated one. People did not get on with this one. I did not mind it. It is the 1517 of Paris, which is from 2018. 2018. People say the actors in this are bad because it's the real people. It's they're not professional actors. I think they actually did a good job in the film. And I went into it like I'm probably not gonna like this one because it has a lot of negative reviews and stuff. But I actually ended up really liking it. So next up is the Japanese side of the Iwo Jima conflict, and then I think it's 2006, 2007. Letters from Iwo Jima, a film that's pretty much like 95% in Japanese, so subtitle heavy, but it's a good film nonetheless. Number 5, I think for the next one I don't have to go to the box set again, so I can put this to the side. Number 5, a film that I relate to a little bit because this is about a security guard, which for those not in the loop, that's my occupation. It's 2019's Richard Jewell, about a security guard who sort of prevented a bomb threat at a concert that he was working at. So also with Kathy Bates in this one, who was Oscar nominated. It's a really good, again, biopic, good film, good cast in that one. Number 4 stars an actor that I'm usually not the biggest fan of. I mean, I have nothing personal against the guy, but I just never got into his films. I recognize that he's a great actor. At number 4, we have Sully with Tom Hanks. I do like Tom Hanks a lot in this one. Again, I'm not usually the biggest fan. I don't know what it is. Again, it's not personal. I recognize he's a great actor, but he just never really clicked with me. Sometimes you just have those actors, they don't really click with you. Well, Tom Hanks is sadly one of those for me. But yeah, I mean, it's a great film. I do like this one. Top 3, so these are all going to be bangers. Number 3, Bradley Cooper, Sienna Miller in American Sniper. Clint has a little like blink if you miss it thing in this one, where he's like in the background, during the church scene. He's uncredited as a churchgoer. So technically Clint is in this, but he's also not. So well, there you go. And these next 2, I did not have to think about. These next 2, I think, are Clint Eastwood's directorial masterpieces. This one with the best performance for Angelina Jolie, in my opinion, that I've seen. I like Angelina Jolie a lot. This is probably, she should have won an Oscar for this one, in my opinion. This is a fantastic film, very gripping subject matter. It is The Changeling from 2009, if I'm correct in saying that. Yeah, it is 2009. This is a German Blu-ray. I don't think I've ever seen Angelina Jolie act this good. So, and I like her as an actress, but I think that's definitely her best performance that I've seen so far. And then number 1, no doubt about it, Mystic River. Although I give both these films 10 out of 10, Mystic River and Changeling. These 2 are just masterpieces in my opinion. Again, Sean Penn, what an amazing performance by Sean Penn in Mystic River. So yeah, those were the director films. And before we go to the main list, let's go back to the comments once again. I don't really see Clint as a villain too much. It's not that he can't. It's not that he doesn't have the acting chops to go villainous. But I'm just so used to him as the hero or the anti-hero. So yeah, it would be hard to say. Yeah, I do like her as well. Yeah, Marsha Mason from Heartbreak Ridge, and that's a great film as well. So we're gonna get to that. Warner Bros. Always fun to visit the sets when he was filming. Yeah, he's amazing on set. He's like the most quiet director ever. He's like, yeah, just go. He doesn't shout action or cut and stuff. So I have heard that his sets are very relaxed. So cross dress and J.I. Groovy, yes. Yes, hey, Alucard, yes. Lars from EOGO is a banger, yeah. I love that pale rider shirt that a character is wearing. I actually missed that. Actually, I have to go back and look at that. So that's interesting. Clint has 9 children, but considering he's 94, that works out at only 1 every 10 years. So fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, the bat is in the house. The bat and the cat. So yeah, let's go to our main list. I did not even get this far last time, so improving. We're improving. Again, there's 48 films in total that he has starred in since 1964. I do count this list from 1964 onwards, because obviously 1964 we had the film Fistful of Dollars, which was really the big, the first big major film for Clint as a star. So we're counting from that film onwards. Obviously, I think all of you know what number 48 is going to be. I did a live first time watch party on this one last year. It is from 1969, directed by Joshua Logan. It has a 6.6 on IMDb. It is a comedy, drama, musical, romance, western. Comedy, I did not laugh once. Drama, I don't really care. Musical, fuck off. It definitely is. Romance, yeah, I will not put it in western. It takes place in that era, but it's not a western for me. But it is, of course, Paint Your Fucking Wagon with Clint Eastwood, Lee Marvin, and Gene Seberg. Yeah, I think you all were expecting this to gonna be, to be my bottom one, and yeah, I don't think I disappoint anyone. So yeah, Paint Your Wagon, least favorite, hands down. Give this one a 1 myself. Again, that's only because IMDb doesn't allow you to give it 0 stars or half stars. Yeah, again, I can watch him and stuff, but I'm not saying he's one of my all-time favorite actors, if that makes sense. Yeah, no Revenge of the Creature, no 1964 onwards, no cameos, no small roles, like from the time he became a star, that's where we're counting it. Yeah, that is a bummer. Imagine if they did a fantastic Western together, that could have been one for the history books for sure. So I give that one a 1. Next up, I think Bob McCall called it. Yes, he did. Richard Benjamin directed this one in 1984. This should have been way better than it turned out to be, considering it stars both Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds in the same film. Again, I give this one a 1 myself. It has a 5.5. On IMDb, it is, of course, City Heat from 1984. I can definitely take this over Paint Your Wagon, but I would still not pick this out of my Eastwood collection just when I'm in the mood for an Eastwood film. All the other films after this, they definitely have a chance, but City Heat, no dice, as Bronson would say. Yeah. Like, what the fuck happened with this film? You have Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds in the same fucking movie together, and we get this? Disappointing. It's not that it's terrible, it's just very disappointing, considering, you see this film with both leads and you sort of like build up anticipation for it, and it definitely does not deliver. So disappointing is what this is more than, this is just, I knew it was going to be bad and it was fucking bad. This one, I thought it was going to be good, it was bad. So yeah, definitely I'd take this over this. However, after these two, all the other ones are fantastic. And this was, beyond these two, this was the hardest list to put together. I'd say beyond these two at the bottom, and like the bottom or the top 5 was the easiest part, and the bottom 2. The rest, hard. Very, very fucking hard. Nope, not that one either. Paint Your Fucking Wagon is great. Yes, I came up with that myself. Yeah, the sequel should be Go to Fucking Hell with your painted wagon. Yeah. Yeah, Shitty Heat will be the alternate title for that film. Hey, Midnight Woodsman, thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate it. So yeah, after these two, all the other ones are going to be fantastic films, pretty much. Having said that, here's another Western. Yes, I'm just as shocked as you are. What, a Western this low? A proper Western, not Paint Your Wagon? Yes, because this is the most bland and forgettable Clint Eastwood Western. Well, more memorable than Paint Your Wagon, but still. At number 47, wait, no, not 46, excuse me. At number 46, we have a film from 1972, directed by John Sturges, with a 6.4 on IMDb. What a fantastic cast. You got Robert Duvall in this one and John Saxon co-starring. You do already see the jump in quality because, again, Paint Your Wagon and City Heat, I give 1 stars out of 10. This one I give 5 stars out of 10, and it is, of course, Joe Kidd from 1972. Again, this is definitely the most average, bland, forgettable Western, proper Western that Clint has done. Well, at least it's still a good movie. Again, I give this one 5 out of 10. We've already jumped in quality after the last two. So, this is Clint's filmography. The rest of it is pretty much average, great, above average, great, good. And then Paint Your Wagon, City Heat, just terrible. Joe Kidd, again, it's just a run-of-the-mill Western. Nothing really special about it. Good cast. Again, Eastwood is always great in the Western role, but it's just a very, very forgettable one for me. Yes, 48 films in total. 48 films in total. All the films from 1964, Fistful of Dollars onwards, are going to be ranked where he is the main star in it. Moving on to number 45, it is to date the last Clint Eastwood film that he has starred in. Again, just slightly disappointing. I was expecting a bit more. However, before, or I should say, it was before the attempted stream last Tuesday, I did rewatch this one. I did end up liking it a bit more. So I upped my score for it a little bit, but it is still at this spot, number 45. It is from 2021. Again, to date, the last film that Eastwood has appeared in, in front of the camera, starred in. So, 2021, he was 92? So nobody can take that away from him. He starred in a major film, at 92 years of age. So I don't think there's any other Hollywood actor that has done that. So that is, in a starring role. So it is, of course, 2021's Cry Macho, which, of course, is also directed by Clint Eastwood. Now, again, I did like this one a bit more on the recent watch last Tuesday, but still not enough to, put it higher. So, but I like it more now. It's never going to be one of my favorites. It's never going to be near the top 10 or near top 20, but that's okay. It's okay. I just think it's okay now, What about Cry Macho? Yes, hey Andy. I love how Trouble with the Curve as Firefox. Oh yes. Speaking of which, we'll get to there. We'll get there. I've never seen or heard of Joe Kidd, but it's got a 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. I noticed. Well, I never really check Rotten Tomatoes, but you could be right there. But yeah, no, Cry Macho at 45. Cry Macho at 45. Next up is one of the previous films, another recent one that Eastwood has been in, in front of the camera. This one not directed by him for a change. Oh, my score for Cry Macho, by the way, is 5.5, just in case you were wondering, because I think I forgot to mention. This one I give a 6, so we're going higher with the scores that I give him. This one is directed by Robert Lorenz from 2012, and it has just been mentioned. It is Trouble with the Curve, which has a 6.8 on IMDb. So yeah, I mean, for me, we're gonna get there, and very, very later on, but much later on, I should say. But for me, Gran Torino from 2008 was the perfect mic drop film for Clint. If he never stepped in front of the camera after Gran Torino, that would have been perfectly fine, because that was just a brilliant final film as an actor for him. Then he did, of course, this one, and it was sort of okay. The Mule from 2018. The Mule, I think that was another one where he could have ended it with that one, and that would have been a good closure to his acting career. And then, of course, he had Cry Macho, so it's you had two great mic drop films. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's okay. Justin Timberlake, Amy Adams in it as well. It's okay. It's just not a very, very high ranking one, obviously, but Still much more, above Page Wagon and City Heat. Darn it, I tried to guess what you were going to say. Of his own, I think Clint is a big Bronco Billy fan. I think that's one of the films from his own career that he really likes, Bronco Billy, which I think we still have a bit to go before that one. So I saw Trouble with the Curve at the cinema. Yeah, I did not even, I think it was, did it even get a cinema release? It must have had a cinema release over here, but I don't think it was really properly, advertised and stuff. So sort of flew under the radar a little bit over here. It was a bit cheesy. Yeah, I'll have to give it another watch, but I liked it. Don't love it, but next up, I think this is another one of Clint's own favorites. This was definitely a passion project for him. He agreed to do this. Oh, he agreed to do The Rookie in 1990 in order to do this film as part of his contract. I do have to go to the Clint Eastwood box again because this one only has a DVD release as far as I'm aware. So I do have this in the box set. It is from, guessing it's also 1990, isn't it? It is 1990. 6.5 on IMDb. I give it a 6 once again. So yeah, passion project for Clint. He agreed to do The Rookie so he could make this film. It is White Hunter, Black Heart, which if you ask me 10 years ago, this probably would have been at the bottom. And here's the DVD disc for it. The first time I watched it, I did not get on with it at all. This is one that I'd like more on rewatch. I appreciate a hell of a lot more now. Still not a particularly fantastic film, but it's okay. It's watchable and it's a good performance. Yes, I love Bronco Billy as well. Spoilers. The dialogue. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, White Hunter, Black Heart again. It's okay. It's Clint Eastwood, for those who haven't seen, Clint Eastwood sort of plays like a fictionalized version of the director John Huston while he's directing The African Queen. It's about him, playing this, again, fictionalized version of John Huston, who is obsessed with hunting an elephant in Africa, and then I'm not going to spoil the ending, but things happen and stuff. It's like a character study more than anything else. It's okay, but you got to be in the mood for a film like this. So not for everyone. Well, speaking of which, that is actually the next spot. So yeah, let's just pull it up. White Hunter, Black Heart 43, and we do have Firefox at 42. Now I like Firefox. When I first watched it, it's just like with White Hunter, Black Heart. When I first watched it, I did not get on with it, but I do like it more and more now. Firefox. I do give Firefox a 6, the same as the previous few films, as well as the next film that's coming up after this. Firefox has a 5.9 IMDb. It's of course 1982, and yeah, it's like a Cold War espionage thriller, sci-fi, spy on a mission kind of film, where he has to retrieve this highly advanced like stealth plane, which it's okay. I like it now. I like it. We will be getting there as well soon, so I'll mention that of course once we get to it. I really like Firefox until he steals the plane. When he starts talking Russian, I like Firefox. Now I used to like. I think actually the first time I tried to watch it in my teens, I fell asleep on watching it. So that's yeah, it's grown on me. As has the next film, which is similar to this one, although this one is from a few years earlier, 1975. Directed by Clint once again, just like Firefox. This one has a 6.4. Firefox has a 5.9 by the way on IMDb. Again, I give this one a 6 as well myself. Music by what's his face? Can't fucking think. John Williams. And number 41 it is The Iger Sanction, co-starring George Kennedy and Vanessa McGee. By the way, here's my Blu-ray for Firefox right there. And here's the Blu-ray for the Iger Sanction. Yeah, similar because it's again more thriller and stuff, and Clint Eastwood sort of kind of plays a spy, James Bond-esque character. And again, the first time I watched this, just like Firefox, I did not get on with it. I thought it was, it was a real drag. It went on a bit too long. But it's just one of them films. Once you mature, you do appreciate them a little bit more. So it's one of them. Yeah, sadly, sadly. Again, it doesn't really mean jack shit, like I said, because other than the bottom two, all these ones are fantastic for me. All the other ones besides, Paint Your Wagon and City, I can pull these out pretty much at any time. I can Firefox, so yeah. It's just, Clint has just so many fucking legendary classics in his filmography. The scene where pitcher through the gantry, no ball players going, to pop off like that. Heroes are lucky to hit 300 against good pitchers, and they know it. Well, maybe that's because maybe I'm European. I don't know too much about baseball, so the baseball aspect of the film didn't really matter to me if it was accurate or not. Because again, we don't really have that here. I used to love playing the Firefox arcade game. I'd look over at my mom and shout, "Look, Mom, I'm Clint Eastwood." I'm like Clint Eastwood. That's awesome. Hey, Ramon is here, Dutch Film Off. Hey, Ramon. How's it going, buddy? Firefox looked dated when it was released. Yes, the special effects are not the greatest, that's for sure. I don't think he's all too far away from me, Andy. I don't think he's all too far away from me. What is this? Iger Sanction? Yeah. I actually have not read the book. So that will be something I would have to do maybe. There's no wrong numbers as this is just favorites. Yes, definitely. I would love to see all your top fives and stuff. Once we get there again, we're still very low at this moment. So the Argus sanction is pivotal to me because in the UK they showed this when stopped showing weird gambling shows. To be honest, though, I don't think any of his films are bad, but we have a list, of course. But we have to have yes, of course. Yes, you are correct. That is pretty nearby. Yes, I think we're like an hour or so ish apart. So yeah, yes, it's close by enough. Close by enough. Let's see where we're. Oh yeah, this was number 41. The Iger Sanction. Number 40 is going to shock people too because this is one of his cop thrillers. Ramon, calm down. It's not the Gauntlet. It's not the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet's gonna be high. No, this one is. If he was Dirty Harry Dirty Harry, he's Sleazy Harry in this one from 84. I want to say. Where the fuck is the year? 1984. Directed by Richard Tuggle. I do give this one a 6. It has a 6.3 on IMDb. My number 40 is Tightrope. Now I do like Tightrope. I've done a watch party in this one with Gareth a couple of months ago. I do like Tightrope, but I just prefer all of his other cop related films. This one is just a tad too sleazy and dirty for me. I don't mind a bit of sleaze or filth, but I don't know. This one just it feels weird. This one it just doesn't seem to fit Clint too much for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I like it, but not overly in love with it as I am with the Gauntlet or the Rookie or what else is there? Well, the Dirty Harrys obviously. So yeah, it's okay. Like as I said, give it a 6. So it's not, again, none of these films are bad. It's just I prefer some over others. So. But none of these films are bad. Well, except for the bottom two, of course, that is. Let's see. So yeah, that's Tightrope at number 40. So we're now entering the next few. I've actually been there for work. I actually used to work in that region quite a bit. Up until last year when I switched jobs. Something's going on with the comments. I'm clicking the Midnight Woodsman. Oh, there we go. Hey, that is a quinky dink. I can get some enjoyment out of most Clint films I see. Yes, definitely. definitely. Tightrope was another surprise. I liked it. The scenes with him and yes, those scenes I do like. Those scenes I do like. And Tightrope is a top 20 for Bob McCall, but that's because he's a sleaze himself. His words, not mine. Well, again, I'm not I'm not gonna turn my nose up at some sleaze, but I don't. It just feel a little off or so. I can't quite articulate it, but next up, I do really like this one a lot. I think this one is genuinely a pretty underrated one from 2002. This is another one. This one could have easily been a Dirty Harry film. If they tweaked the script enough, this could have worked as a like final Dirty Harry film. I give this one a 7. We're already up to the 7s. We're just at number 39. Now the film's already getting like 7 stars out of 10 scores. So that's how great Clint's filmography is. 2002, co-starring Jeff Daniels. Also, Angelica Houston has a small role in it. It is Bloodwork from 2002. Now, Bloodwork is really underrated to me. Now, first time I watched this one, I thought it was fantastic, and every time since, I just keep thinking it's a pretty fantastic film. So, I've always just really, really liked this one a hell of a lot. Bloodwork. Clint right there having some shotgun action. Yeah, I like it. The previous ones I already liked, but now we're getting, the love for these films just keep growing, obviously, as do the scores. As do the scores that I give to the films. Clint as Charlton Heston in True Lies would that's just such a small role. Like anyone could have played. Like it didn't even matter to me that it was Charlton Heston. So no, I would like to see Clint more in a high profile role rather than just a kind of pointless cameo, like Casper. Which Casper will not be mentioned, by the way. That's a cameo, so it doesn't count. I agree with Bob McCall. Not a single one of Eastwood's films is really well, except for Paint Your Wagon. I can kind of see that. I can watch any Eastwood film except for Paint Your Wagon. So yeah. Anyway, that was number 39 for Bloodwork. Let's go to number 48. Another very, very underrated one for me. This one has a 6.6 on IMDb. It's from 1999. It is a crime drama mystery thriller. I give this one 7.5 even. That's how much I think this one is underrated. Number 48, it is True Crime from 1999. With a pretty fantastic cast once again. I mean, this one has Clint in one scene going up against James fucking Woods. So, I mean, I like anything James Woods is in. And him, having a sort of one-on-one with Eastwood. It's a pretty great scene. And the whole story in this one I thought was gripping, and obviously the ending, it does choke me up a bit, the ending and stuff. I'm not going to spoil too much for people who haven't seen it, but True Crime, I actually think it's a really good film. If I'm correct in saying, I think this is the one where he has the scene, I think it's also with his real daughter, Allison, or one of his girls, because he has like 7 kids. This is the one where he plays Speed Sue with one of his kids, and he goes like monkeys and stuff. I do like that scene with his daughter. For some reason, it cracks me up a little bit. Yeah, True Crime, I like it. Isaiah Washington, I think he has a great performance in it. No complaints about True Crime too much. I really, really like that film. Would you have subbed in rounds for James Garner? Now that could have been interesting more than I mean I do like James Garner in that film, and I do like Space Cowboys a hell of a lot. But that could have been a better team up definitely for both of them than City Heat was. So yeah, anything beyond City Heat would have, other than City would have been better. Anytime somebody mentions James Woods, I want a frog dog. Yeah. So yeah, True Crime, underrated. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's great. It's fantastic. Next up is another underrated gem of Eastwood. This one reunites him, among others, with Gene Hackman. Of course, Gene Hackman, who was fantastic in Unforgiven. He's fantastic in this one. Gene Hackman is another one of my favorite actors. Absolutely love everything Gene Hackman is in. This one is from 1997. Yes, the year that I was born, ladies and gentlemen. Directed by Clint. Again, I give this one 7.5. It is absolute power, also with the great Ed Harris in it. Yeah, Absolute Power is a fantastic mystery, suspense, political intrigue sort of film, thriller, and with a great cast. You know, again, fantastically directed by Clint himself. Absolute Power. Again, I think it's a really great thriller. Very underrated, yet again. Wish it could have been higher, but again, there's just so many fantastic Eastwood films. It's just hard. Like I said, this is the hardest list ever that I had to put together. So just before the stream, I was still changing a few spots around. So probably after this, I will still edit this list. Next up, this is the lowest rated Clint Eastwood film on IMDb, which that's a shame. That's a damn shame. Like, Paint Your Wagon has a 6.6. City Heat has a 5.5. This next film has a 5.4. This is the lowest rated Clint Eastwood film that he starred in on IMDb. I give this one a solid 7 myself. I have a lot of fun with 1989's Pink Cadillac. I do think it's slightly underrated. It's so underrated that I don't think it even has a Blu-ray. I still have it in the Clint Eastwood box set here on DVD only. So it doesn't even have a freaking Blu-ray. I like Pink Cadillac. Sue me. I like it. It's definitely not deserving of being the lowest rated Clint Eastwood film on IMDb. Like, have people even seen City Heat and Paint Your Wagon? Like, come on. Yeah, not true crime. Pink Cadillac, I like a lot. I'm a big fan of Midnight Run with Rob De Niro and Charles Grodin. It's kind of similar in a way because it's like Clint Eastwood, just like De Niro, plays like a bounty hunter and stuff. You know, he gets people out on bail. He gets them back when they try to flee and stuff. I think it's a good like action crime comedy sort of thing. I think the comedy works in it. I like Pink Cadillac. So yeah. Yes, yeah. Absolute Power definitely is fantastic. Definitely. Absolute Power is really solid. It seems to be one that a lot of people do like. So at least it's not as underrated as, for example, True Crime is. But still, I think it's not talked about enough. But again, I get it because legendary career once again. So here's a person that would know about legendary careers. It's Eastwood for Life fan. Yeah, of course. Carlos, my good buddy Carlos, he knows all about Eastwood for sure. Yeah, no worries. We're not even halfway, so you haven't missed too much. Picked up Pink Cadillac a while back. Like the lighthearted stuff. Yes. Again, nothing wrong with it. Again, it doesn't all need to be The Godfather. Not every film needs to be The Godfather. You know, I like a bit of cheesy, good-hearted fun. So I think Pink Cadillac is the only Eastwood film that did not get a cinema release in the UK. Oh. You would have to ask Gareth. Gareth usually does a lot of the research on what got a cinema release and stuff. I do not know. Pink Cadillac is good, but it should have been 90 minutes. It's overlong. What's the running time on it? Actually, I forget how long it is. Not that I mind or notice, but what's the running time on it? 116 minutes. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I agree, maybe 90 minutes could have been better for the film, but I do not get the feeling it's overlong when I watch it. So, yeah, indeed. Everybody's saying hello. So that's Pink Cadillac at number 36. Number 35, this is one of Eastwood's own personal favorites. I think if you ask Eastwood, he will say it's definitely one of his, if not his favorite, then it is just one of his favorites. But this one was special for Eastwood back in 1980. Again, Eastwood is a big fan of it himself. 6.2 on IMDb for this next one at number 35, directed by Clint. 7.5 is what I give it myself. It is, of course, 1980s. Bronco Billy, also co-starring Sandra Locke, Jeffrey Lewis, also the great, what's his face from The Shining, Scatman Crothers, Mr. Halloran from The Shining, the cook. Yeah, great cast and great concept. Again, I have to go back to the box set. I do believe this one has a Warner Archive Blu-ray. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I still have it on this very blank disc DVD in the box set once again. Yeah, I like Bronco Billy a lot, but again, there's just a hell of a lot more that I put over it. But it's not taking anything away from it because it's still, I think, a really good, solid, watchable film that has a great performance by Eastwood and is very well directed by Eastwood. So yeah, Pink Cadillac is quite entertaining. I don't agree with the IMDb. Yes, I 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, I don't. Yeah, IMDb. It's only that it's included on this list that I read it off, because otherwise, yeah. So that's Bronco Billy at number 35. Number 34. Again, this would have been if Gran Torino wasn't the end of his acting career, it should have been this one from 2018 with a great cast. Bradley Cooper, Andy Garcia's in it, based on a true story. At number 34, I put 2018's The Mule, which I again give a strong 7.5 out of 10 myself. It has a 7 on IMDb, which again that at least comes close to my rating, so I'll accept a 7 for The Mule. Yeah, The Mule, I think is fantastic. Had a lot of fun with this one when I first watched it. I still have a lot of fun with it when I watch it again. Eastwood as a drug runner in his 90s or in his late 80s at this point. It's a hoot. It's a really hoot, this film. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think Bradley Cooper's great, and I think Andy Garcia's great in it. Lawrence Fishburne as well in it. Michael Pena, great cast. And again, Eastwood. They should have been like the mic drop Eastwood film if Gran Torino wasn't it. So yeah, I really, really love The Mule. Have a lot of fun with that one. Me and my mate Tom were amazed when we realized Sandra was named Sandra, not Sandra. Yes. All the Sandra Luck ones should be down the bottom. Hate her, but I do like the Every Which Way films, just not her. Well, I'm not the biggest fan myself as well of Sandra. I prefer Jill Ireland. I'm one of those people. Even though Jill Ireland can be annoying in a lot of Bronson films, I do overall still like her a little bit more. Bronco Billy only available. Yes, Warner Archive release on Blu-ray. Yes, I will definitely have to get that one. I sadly missed it at the cinema. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I couldn't see it at the cinema, but I missed it at the cinema. But I definitely saw it as straight as as soon as it was on on this Blu-ray right there. So yeah, but The Mule is fantastic. Absolutely love it. I've heard about 100 people called Sandra. Only one called Sandra. Yes. Number 33. Let's move on. I think this one is going to be a disappointing one for a lot. Again, I like this one from 1974, but again, it's just so much I will take over it. But again, it's not taking anything away from this one because, well, it's just still fantastic. This next one also has a 7 on IMDb. Again, I give it. I actually give this one an 8. We're up to 8s already, so I do like it a lot. But still, there's just a good 30 plus films I take over it myself. But again, that's not taking anything away from 1974's great buddy film. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot with Clint Eastwood and Jeff Bridges, directed by Michael Cimino before he did The Deer Hunter, before he did Heaven's Gate, or Year the Dragon with Mickey Rourke. I really, really I love this film, but the ones that are after this, I just like a little bit more myself. But yeah, that's not taking anything away from Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, also with Jeffrey Lewis and George Kennedy. And also watch out for a small early appearance from Gary Busey in this film as well. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. It's a great road film, buddy film. But yeah, again, there's just a few that I do prefer myself. But yeah, can I watch this at any time? Yes. So yeah, I definitely can. Emotional ending, by the way, in that one. So for me. As with this next one, which I do definitely prefer, a lot of people will say, well, really, this one over Thunderbolt and Lightfoot? Yes, I do really, really have a lot of fun, and I love this next particular film at number 32. What is the year for this? 1999? Oh, the year 2000. Directed by Clint, give this one 8.5, so we're really getting up there with the ratings that they gave these films. At number 32, we have an all-star cast in Space Cowboys. Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, James Garner. I absolutely love this film. I love the camaraderie between the four guys. I like the mission that they're on, going into space and stuff. James Cromwell as well in this one. James Cromwell, by the way, I should add, had a small role in the Pink Cadillac as well. I like the cast in this one. I pretty much like everything about Space Cowboys. Tommy Lee Jones, I think, steals the shows. I think it's Tommy Lee Jones. I think it's his film. I think he's absolutely terrific in the film. I think it's one of his best performances that I've seen. He definitely steals the show, from the ensemble cast. Although Donald Sutherland tries to as well. Bless him, he came close. Donald Sutherland, fantastic. Space Cowboys. I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan, as you know, but I do like this one. Obviously, they go into space. There's sci-fi in it, but it's not a full-on sort of sci-fi film. I wouldn't put it in a sci-fi genre. It's more of a drama / friendship sort of film. Yeah, drama. Definitely, we'll put it on drama more. So, I knew Carlos will be one of the people disappointed. Yeah, I mean, if you look at my top 20, it's just all the ones I have in my top 20. I just fucking love those a hell of a lot. And this one, I still love it, but not as much. So it's hard, but I do get that it is a fan favorite for many. And I will agree, it is an underrated one. Yes, and Jeff Bridges definitely was outstanding in that film. Bob McCall's favorite lady is Patricia Clarkson from Deadpool, which is his favorite Dirty Harry film. Wow. Well, considering I have that poster up there, I think my answer is going to be different on favorite Dirty Harrys, but yeah. Hey, Mike is here. Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for stopping by. Space Cowboys should be one of my favorite films. Yes, I absolutely fucking love Space Cowboys. It is a lot of fun, and also a little emotional by the end. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much, but Spark is saying only seen Thunderbolt once. It was good, but a bit of a downer. Yes. You can sort of compare it to Midnight Cowboy. Yes, I can see that. Can see why Space Cowboys is preferable for. Yes, we are in agreement there then. Yeah. Now we get to the point like, let's see, because this was at number 32. Yeah, now we're at the point where it's like, now it's getting real damn hard to rank these and take one over the other and stuff. Because we're now at the top 30, right? At a number 30. We're number 31. And sadly, we are entering the Dirty Harry era. We have our first Dirty Harry film appear on this list. And every time a Dirty Harry film appears, you're gonna get that sound every time a Dirty Harry film appears. And it is my least favorite Dirty Harry film, which doesn't mean jack shit. I still give this Dirty Harry film a solid 7.5, because it's a freaking Dirty Harry film, for goodness. Every single Dirty Harry film is watchable. I can pull any one of them out at any time and be entertained. However, compared to the other ones, this is my least favorite, and it happens to be Bob McCall's favorite, as he just said. So at number 31, we do have 1988's The Deadpool. Now, for this one, I do have to go to my Dirty Harry box set right here. And it is, of course, right here, The Deadpool. Yes, every Dirty, there's not a bad Dirty Harry film, but this is definitely the lesser one of them all. So, and that's a great compliment. It's not a bad film. It's just lesser for me than the other ones. Still a Dirty Harry film, still kick-ass. I can still watch it at any time. It's still watchable for sure. But it is, yeah. Now, you might be surprised where that is ranked, though. I think everybody will know where that one's going to be ranked. That was number 31. That was The Deadpool. Let's move on to number 30. This one goes right along with it because this is another cop film, but it's not a Dirty Harry film. This is a great buddy cop film. And again, I wish this would be higher, but again, this is the point, like I said, where it's just so damn hard to pick and choose between these films and pick one over the other. Number 30, I still feel it's a good, solid spot for it. It's a film from 1990. Clint Eastwood agreed to be in this film if he could do White Hunter Black Heart. It co-stars Charlie Sheen. It is, of course, 1990s. The Rookie, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Another film that's so rewatchable for me. I can watch it anytime. I never get bored of it. 5.9 IMDb. Come on, that's too low. I give this one a strong 7.5 once again. For The Rookie. Yeah. The Rookie is awesome. I'm a big Charlie Sheen fan as well. I mean, I grew up watching Two and a Half Men on TV. I think he's a good comedy actor. I think he's just a great actor in general. I mean, Platoon and stuff. I'm a big Charlie Sheen fan, so I like seeing him with Clint in this film. And Raul Julia, Bison from Street Fighter, once again plays a fantastic villain in this film as well. The Rookie's awesome. The Rookie's awesome. Can't say anything. Deadpool is like, get yourself off your channel. The Deadpool, they ran out of ideas. Ending was rushed, and Liam Neeson wasn't that great in. Like, I do like Liam Neeson. I do like Liam Neeson in it, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No, the Deadpool sad because it stars somebody from my hometown. Yes. Jim Carrey, also a cameo in Pink Cadillac, by the way. Pink Cadillac, yeah. Yeah, Rookie, yes, yeah, great sex scenes. The Rookie, yeah, we got some love for The Rookie. Yes, I am of the opinion that The Rookie could have worked perfectly as like a sixth Dirty Harry film after the Deadpool. Just tweak the script a little bit, just have him be Dirty Harry instead of what Nick Polowski or whatever his character's called, forget. Here's my Blu-ray, by the way, for it. Nick Polowski. Yeah, probably butchered it, but would actually be a good fitting end for the Dirty Harry character, because spoilers for if you haven't seen The Rookie, at the end of this he becomes like the captain or like the lieutenant, like promotion, like he becomes the one that calls the shots. It could have been like a good arc for Dirty Harry, like in the final film he becomes like the higher ranking, like bureaucratic pencil pusher that gets to say to other people, you're doing it wrong and stuff. The Rookie could have worked definitely as a Dirty Harry film, in my opinion. Love The Rookie. Had a blast watching this one in the cinema. I don't think Clint and Charlie would work so well, but they definitely did. I love The Rookie. Then they blow up 2 brand new Audis filming this. There were definitely some big explosions. Yes, there are some big explosions in the film. Mike has never seen The Rookie. Get on it. Get on it. It's very entertaining. You will love it. I don't think you will be disappointed at all. The Rookie is fantastic. Next up is another Western. This Western does come up high, but not as high as others, obviously. This one has a 7 IMDb. It's from 1968, directed by Ted Post. I'll give this one a good 7 myself. It is 1968's Hang 'em High. The first Western that Clint did after he made the Dallas trilogy. This one does feel more gritty than a typical American Western from that age. Clint definitely, I think, brought that up, that spaghetti style with him when he went, back to America. Obviously, he tried to do his films in that similar sort of vein because he liked the style, he liked the grittiness of the Italian Westerns. Hang 'em High is fantastic. I definitely have to upgrade this one. This is one of the only films I don't have on Blu-ray. I still have this one on the MGM DVD. Definitely have to give this an upgrade soon. But no, Hang 'em High is a pretty great Western, great revenge film. For those that don't know, Clint gets hung in the beginning by a posse, wrongfully, I should say. And it's pretty much he tries to get after the guys that hung him, but didn't make sure that they finished the job. So Clint goes on revenge, and then he becomes like a deputy sheriff. Pat Hingle's in this one. Pat Hingle, he's also in The Gauntlet and Sudden Impact. So Pat Hingle had a few appearances in Eastwood films. And Inger Stevens. Now, rumor has it he had an affair with his co-star in this one, with Inger Stevens. Clint was definitely a ladies' man in his day, so I can definitely see that. So, but no, Hang 'em High is a pretty great one. Good Western, solid Western for sure. One that I think we can definitely discuss sometime on the Westerns for Life podcast. It's definitely one that I will definitely somewhere down the line I'll probably have as one of my choices if Carlos or Dan doesn't beat me to it. So it's definitely one that can be on the podcast for sure. Hang 'em High was on TV all the time when I was a young one. Yeah, for me it was the first time watching it after being a fan of the Daughters trilogy, and then obviously getting into the other westerns for us. And Hang 'em High was one of my first ones I saw post the Leone film. So, and that's in good order because obviously they came after the Leone films, or it came after the Leone films, I should say. Yeah, Bruce Dern was an excellent villain in Hang 'em High as well. God, I love Bruce Dern. Bruce Dern is a legend. Yeah, there's a really great cast, a lot of great scenes in Hang 'em High. I started watching Hang 'em High really late on TV one night. I was really tired, but once I saw Clint hung early on, I was wide awake and hooked. Yes, that opening is fantastic, and then when you see his feet dangling, and then the title screen comes up, Hang 'em High, it's like, wow, fantastic opening. I have the white Clint Blu-ray box set. It sells for. Is that the signature edition set? I think my buddy Dan has that one as well, and I'm very jealous of people that have it. I wish I had. Or is it this white Blu-ray set? I can't remove it right now because my figure is on it, but I don't think they ran out of ideas or the ending was rushed. They plan to make a Murder a Day and a Vigilante Mass as the 6th and 7 Dirty Harry movies. Those would have been interesting. Yes, I would have loved to have seen another one beyond the Deadpool. Midnight Woodsman has the Blu-ray for Hang 'em High, quality film. Yes, it is. You know what? I'm gonna add that to my Amazon wish list. I'm gonna track it on Amazon and Blu-ray as soon as the stream ends. I gotta have a Blu-ray of that film. I gotta watch it again. Just talking about it now makes me want to watch it again. So yeah, that was Hang 'em High. At what did we say? 29. Yes. So at number 28, we have a film that I think is also very, very underrated. From 1982. It has a 6.6 on IMDb. It is a comedy, drama, well, they say Western, but it's not really set in the weather. It's set during the Great Depression. I give this one an 8.5 myself. It is the underrated Honky Tonk Man. Yes, I'm not a fan of Paint Your Wagon, but I love Honky Tonk Man. I love the songs in this one. I like Clint's acting a lot in this one, and his son is also in this film, Kyle Eastwood. Honky Tonk Man is very, very underrated. I like the songs that Clint sings in this one. He's not a bad singer. He can actually sing. And that's not what my issues with Paint Your Wagon. He can sing, but I just don't like musicals where they just break in the song for no fucking reason. So this one, it's more diegetic. You know, it's like he is a singer. He's an aspiring singer. So of course he's going to rehearse, plays guitar. He's going to perform on stage. That's where the singing comes from. That's natural. You know, that's I don't mind that. So, and it's more of a drama anyway. So, and it's a really good drama. Like I said, I was really really impressed with that one when I first saw it. I'm still impressed when I see it today. Honky Tonk Man is underrated and in my opinion an excellent film for me. Oh, it is the signature collection. It weighs a ton. It takes two people to carry it. Yes, it is a big one, isn't it? It is a big one. Hey, Jim is here. Hey, Jim. Hope everyone is doing well. Unfortunately, this week has been horrible for me, so I cannot say. However, I was checking in to see where your wagon is on the list. Bottom. Very, very at the bottom. It couldn't be any lower, let's put it that way. The signature set is 450 quids upwards on eBay these days. Wow. Yeah, it's I mean that's still not too bad actually. I could conceivably shelve that out for that set still, but yeah. I mean, it's not a number I can give out. I can just willy-nilly give out. But if I saved up for it, I mean, I could make that purchase. That would be somewhat reasonable, if that makes sense. But yeah. Anyway, that was Honky Tonk Man at what do we say, 28? Let's go to 27. This one, again, objectively speaking, this is probably a top 10 film, but because of the genre that this falls into and the sort of the kind of film it is, I definitely watch all the other films that are over it more. So it's right here where it belongs at number 27. This one has a 7.6 on IMDb from 1995, directed by Clint once again. I do give this one a 9, so it is a high ranking. It's just as a film itself, I give this one a 9. I think it's well crafted, well acted, well directed, emotional. As I rewatched this week in preparation for the stream, I really got into it once again. Again, it's not the sort of film I usually watch, but it is 1995's The Bridges of Madison County at number 27. Yes, it's not a film that I'm gonna watch, once a year even, because I think it's been like, when did we do that Eastwood stream, Carlos? 2 years ago? I think 2 years ago was the last time that I watched Bridges of Madison County up until this week. So it's definitely not a film I whip out at every occasion. If I want to watch a Clint film, that's not going to be the first one I'm going to be drawn to. However, having said that, whenever I do watch it, I am very impressed with the film, and I think it's a great film. It is, of course, a romance. It is, of course, a drama. And definitely a far departure from any other Eastwood film. Even Paint Your Wagon is like more in line with what you would expect from Eastwood. I gotta be at least that fair to Paint Your Wagon. This one is definitely as much out of the comfort zone as it can be for Eastwood. A full-on romance story. But Meryl Streep is a terrific actress. I think she's fantastic in it. I think Clint has fantastic chemistry with her. I like the whole story of it. Yeah, no complaints. I give it a 9. This is the highest rated Clint film that I give, on my list so far. And it is at number 27. It is Bridges Madison County, like I said. We'll be checking out the replay. However, Paint Your Wagon to me is pretty bad. But Paint Your Wagon last, then City Heat. I can still take City Heat over Paint Your Wagon, even though it's not by much. But again, that's hard because I can't see anyone but Donald Sutherland in that role. Donald Sutherland is Warden Drumgold in Lockup. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't like to do like fantasy castings. I knew like what would happen if he did that role instead of him. It's like, but yeah. Paint Your Wagon, the redheaded stepchild of Clint movies. Well, it's either that or Bridges Madison County. But Bridges Madison County is just a solid, legitimately good film. Just looking at it as a film, not as a Clint film. I think if Clint was not in that film, if Clint had no involvement with that film, that would have been one of the best romance films ever. That would have been talked about, I think, more than Titanic. However, because Clint is in it, you got people that are a fan of that genre. They're like, well, Clint Eastwood can't be in that sort of film. And then you have Clint fans who are like, well, Clint Eastwood can't be in a fucking romance. That's not, what we're going to watch a Clint Eastwood for. So it was definitely a risk on Clint Eastwood's part to do that film. But no, we have not covered Play Misty for Me yet, by the way, Matt. We're still yet to get there. It will be very sad when Clint passes away. You can bet the damn scalpers will hike the price on the box set. Yes, you can definitely rest assured of that. I still have never seen The Bridges of Madison County. I recommend, again, you have to be in the mood for it. It's definitely a genre that is, not for us tough guys, but it's worth at least a watch once, I will say. So, okay, so but even Carlos said it here. It's not my sort of Eastwood movie, but Eastwood with Meryl Streep was a fine performance and a movie that's gone up in my ranking more these days. Yeah, it is again, that's the thing. On a personal level, it's not my thing either, but when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, well, that's a 9 stars out of 10 film. That's like pretty much every beat there, boom, 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 perfect. So that being said, I would rather watch that than Out of Africa any day. The Meryl Streep film. I will agree actually as well. I do like Out of Africa, but anyway, that's a different subject. So yeah, Bridges of Madison County. Again, objectively speaking, this should have been a top 10 film, but this is of course a subjective list. So I mean, it's sort of in the middle now. It's fine where it is, I guess. Number 26. Oh, we got another Dirty Harry film coming up. So let's play the Magnum sound. Got another Dirty Harry film coming up. Well, was that 5 or 6? I lost count. At number, where are we at? 26. So yeah, Madison County was 27. This is 26. Is the third Dirty Harry film, directed by James Fargo from 1976, co-starring Tyne Daly from Cagney and Lacey. 6.7 IMDb. I'll give this one an 8. It's a Dirty Harry film. I give it an 8. Like every Dirty Harry film is great, like I said. And it is, of course, 1976's The Enforcer, which, if I did this list 10 years ago, I think The Enforcer would be my second favorite Dirty Harry film. For the longest time, I loved this one, as second best, after the original. Nowadays, of course, I feel differently, but The Enforcer is just one of those films, again, just like every Dirty Harry film, just like all the films we're going to still mention. I can just watch these any time, any day of the week, twice on Sunday, and just not get bored with it at all. The Enforcer is just absolutely fantastic. Again, in my Dirty Harry box set, so I don't have a separate release for it, but I did forget to show my my Blu-ray for Bridges of Madison County, by the way. Again, even if you see Discovery, you're like, well, this is not a movie for a man's man, but trust me, give it a go. I'm sure you're gonna get something out of it. Yeah, that was the 44 Magnum. It makes a distinctive sound when fired at you. I'm double tasking Jeff. You scared the shit out of me with those gunshots. I'm sorry. It wasn't me. It was Dirty Harry Callahan. So that's The Enforcer. Now that I do got your attention, Ramon, at number 25, that's where we're at, right? Yeah, number 25. I think Ramon has once gone on record saying this is his favorite Eastwood film. Maybe not necessarily favorite Eastwood film, but favorite cop film above the Dirty Harrys. This next one is from 1977, directed by Eastwood himself, with an 8.5 rating from yours truly, with a 6.4 on IMDb. Now, come on. It is, of course, the great 1977 cop thriller, The Gauntlet, at number 25. Another one of those films I can just watch at any moment. Yeah, The Gauntlet's fantastic. I did a watch party on this one with Gareth as well a few months ago. I think I did this one with Gareth as a watch party, I think on Clint Eastwood's birthday last year, or maybe it was the day after, but it was around that time. Yeah, The Gauntlet, fantastic. Again, I give it 8.5 myself. My favorite Sandra Locke performance is this one, I should say. And also my favorite on-screen chemistry banter with him and Sandra Locke in that one. The whole finale at the end with the bus, which they feature prominently on the back of the Blu-ray. The whole finale is fantastic. The whole film is fantastic. This has fantastic lines in it as well. That's my bike, Charlie. This is my gun, Clyde. And stuff like that. Yeah, Sandra Locke, definitely her best performance, easily, hands down. And I will agree, it's one of the best cop thrillers with Clint, but I do prefer the Dirty Harrys myself, Ramon. So yeah, those, of course, the big Dirty Harry films are still coming up. But yeah, The Gauntlet, fantastic, love it. Nothing left to say, really. Midnight Woodsman saying that The Enforcer was his second favorite Dirty Harry film. Yeah, it was for me for the longest time. I generally find Tyne Daly attractive, which I don't know what that says about me. Well, you have a type with short hair, maybe? Could be. To be fair, I mean, she's not bad looking, so The Gauntlet will be in my top 5. Yes, it is definitely a fan favorite. It's awesome, and it's also nostalgia for me, of course. Yes. Sandra Luck, best performance with Clint. Absolutely, 100% agree. 100% agree. Gauntlet is so good. Yes, it is. I might watch that after the stream. I'm in the mood for that film again. Yeah, the Gauntlet. Next up, though, at number 24 is another film I did with Gareth as a watch party. Nag. Yeah. This one is from 1986. It's a war film, drama film. There's war elements in it. This one is Clint Eastwood in his most badass, one of his most badass roles as Gunnery Sergeant Highway in Heartbreak Ridge at number 24. Man, I love this film. I'm Gunnery Sergeant Highway, and I've drank more beer, banged more quiff, busted more balls than all your numbnuts put together. I'm paraphrasing there, but that's about what he said. That wasn't verbatim, by the way, but yeah, man, I love Heartbreak Ridge. That's the sound of an AK-47, and it makes a very distinctive sound when it's fired at you. So remember it. Yeah, Heartbreak Ridge, man, what a great film. This should be higher, but again, it's hard. It's hard, but I fucking. It's definitely one of my favorite Eastwood characters. Like, if I was ranking the characters, Gunny Highway would be in my top 10 characters of Eastwood for sure. Fucking love everything about Heartbreak Ridge. The sweet, yes, sweet. Would take Tyne over Sandra any day. I would. Yeah, I think Heartbreak Ridge is definitely a fan favorite for many. I've never really heard too many criticisms on that film, so I think it's generally a beloved Eastwood classic. Is Heartbreak Ridge. Since Ramon is double tasking, I'm not going to play the gunshots again for this next entry, number 23. But there is more Dirty Harry coming up at number 23. There's only 2 Dirty Harry films left after this one, so the next 2 are going to be much higher, believe me. But still here at number 23, we have the only Dirty Harry film that Clint Eastwood has directed himself from 1983 with a 6.6 on IMDb, with an 8 stars out of 10 for me once again. Go ahead. Make my day. It is, of course, Sudden Impact from 1983, which is such a badass film. And it is another one where I do like Sandra Luck in this particular film. It's like this one and The Gauntlet will be my 2 favorites that she's in. I can take or leave her in every which way you can. I like her any which way you can in the second Which Way film. Don't care for her in Outlaw Josie Wales. Don't care too much for her in Bronco Billy. But again, she's supposed to be annoying in that film, so more credit to her. She actually did do that. She was annoying. But the character was supposed to be annoying, so I guess it's a good job to her. Let's see, did I miss any? I think that's it. I think they only did 6 films together. But yeah, Sudden Impact, she's definitely she's a highlight in that one, as the spoilers, female sort of vigilante, pretty much the female Paul Kersey in that film, the female Paul Kersey. Yeah, Sudden Impact is of course the film that gave us the famous line, "Go ahead, make my day," which just for that fact alone, it should be a classic among classics. Just for that, giving us that one big quote. I was laughing out loud when watching Heartbreak Ridge at the cinema. I think war has to be declared. I think war has been declared. Bruce Lee, Charles Bronson, Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, Chuck Norris, their movies were the first action movies I got to see as a kid. A lot of sentimental value. Yes, for me also as well with Clint, and definitely with Bronson as well. Never really got too much into Burt Reynolds. I really have to dive deep into his films. Like Sharky's Machine keeps being recommended to me. I still haven't seen it, but that's definitely high up on my list. But yeah, definitely have to get into a lot of Burt Reynolds' films. I think he will be the next actor I will try to get a lot of his films off to get into his filmography. Yes, Heartbreak Ridge, fantastic. Yeah, Bob McCall's a big fan of it. Everyone, it seems, is a big fan of it. He does some sort of funny speech about hot dogs in this. Yes, nobody Nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog or whatever he said. Ketchup or mustard? I can't remember, one of the two, or maybe both of them. Yeah, nobody. I think he goes like, well, all this shit isn't getting to me, like the murders, all that stuff. You know what is getting to me? Watching you stuff your face with that hot dog. Nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog. Nobody. I think that's how the line goes. Again, I could be wrong. It could not be 100% verbatim, but somewhere along those lines. Anyway, I think we're entering the top 20 now, aren't we? No, not yet. We're at number 22. Sudden Impact was 23. Now number 22 is another very, very underrated Clint Eastwood film from 1971, directed by Don Siegel. No, before you're all going to start shouting at me, it's not this one. That's reserved for much higher. This one is set in the Western days, so this one could be considered a Western, but it's more of like a Gothic. What would I describe it as? It's a very Gothic film, you know, in a way. It is, of course, from 1971 with a 7.2 in IMDb, with an 8 stars out of 10 for me. It is The Beguiled from 1971. Now, I do really love The Beguiled. Again, this is not an Eastwood film I'm going to pull off the shelf directly when I'm in the mood for an Eastwood film, but it is a very well-made film, and I love the suspense in this one. I love the whole sort of the aesthetic vibe of it and stuff, and love how it's shot and edited and stuff. This is just a real, very underrated Clint Eastwood film with a great performance. And maybe to Stacey's point, this is actually a Clint Eastwood film where you could say he's actually playing more of a villainous character, more of a bad guy in this one. And I do like him a lot in this role, so yeah. It's Corporal John McBurney, I think that's the name, right? Well, it doesn't say on the back, but I think that was his name. Mr. McBee, I think as the little kid keeps calling him in the film. Jill Ireland added more value to Bronson's movies than Sandra Lug did to Eastwood's. I would agree. Yeah. I'd go along with that. Oh. Hey, AJ. In my country, the Dirty Harry films are called Dirty Harold. That sounds so wrong. Do you like the remake of The Beguiled? I actually have not seen it. It's Sofia Coppola who directed that one, with Colin Farrell in the Eastwood role. No, I think I'm of the opinion that no Eastwood film should be remade, even The Beguiled. I think does not really warrant a remake. I think it's pretty much great as it is. I would be interested to see it eventually, but nah, not on top of my list of things to do is watching that remake. So, at number 21, we have one of Clint Eastwood's more comedic films as well. This is another comedic one with war film elements. Wait, there's some cool comments coming in first. I thought you was going to say Escape from Alcatraz. No. We still have a ways to go for that one. Did you know that Dirty Harry was released in Ireland under the Dutch title Smelling a Club? I actually did, yes. That is a... I don't really have a way of translating it to English, but it's yeah. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is definitely the favorite score. I love the Unforgiven soundtrack. I love the Gran Torino soundtrack. I also like the soundtrack for this film that's coming up now at number 21 once again. Directed by Brian G. Hudden. I give this one an 8 stars out of 10 once again. It has a 7.6 on IMDb. It co-stars the great Telly Savalas, Donald Sutherland once again, and Don Rickles. Number 21, we have Kelly's Heroes. I love the main theme in this one. Even though when it plays over like a very dark sort of opening scene, it's like the music doesn't really match, but it's still, I like the music in this one. I like the main theme, All the Burning Bridges, that song. Yeah, Kelly's Heroes is a hoot. I have a lot of fun with this one. It is, of course, Donald Sutherland that steals the show in this one as Oddball. Always with the negative waves, man. Always with the negative waves. Telly Savalas as well is fantastic. I love Telly in pretty much anything. Our Majesty's Secret Service, Violent City, for which I got the poster right here with Charles Bronson. Um, yeah, I love Telly Savalas, and of course Don Rickles. Don Rickles is amazing. There's a cool like behind the scenes bit on Kelly's Heroes that is, I think is on YouTube, where you see Don Rickles roast Eastwood or roast people on the set, as only Don Rickles could. So yeah, Don Rickles is amazing in that film as well. It's just a great cast, everything how it comes together. It's a great blend of comedy and more serious stuff as well, because it is of course set in World War II. So yeah. Yeah, Clint stretched himself as an actor in The Beguiled. Excellent gothic thriller. That's what I was looking for. Thriller. It's more of a gothic thriller. Yeah, indeed. What's going on here? Favorite Dirty Harry first sequences. I'm gonna get there when I talk about this film. Favorite Dirty Harry sequences, but there's a lot. There's a lot. I've seen the remake, but the original is much better. Sofia Coppola did a few movies like Lost in Translation and Virgin Suicides, but Beguile is meh. Yeah. And Kelly's Heroes is top 10 for Ramon. Yeah, I love Kelly's Heroes. No worries, Carlos. Catch the rest of this on playback. See you tomorrow. Yes, I will see you tomorrow. And yes, as both me and Carlos are going to be celebrating our birthday tomorrow, because fun fact, for those that don't know, me and Carlos share a birthday on February 2nd. Stacy loves the Gauntlet. Yes, cannot go wrong with the Gauntlet. Didn't John Landis work on Kelly's here? I think so. I think I've heard that. Yes. I think I will watch Dirty Harriet. That's the woke female version of that film. Yes, indeed, by Carlos. I quoted Gunny Highway in YouTube sent. Oh my fucking god. Wait, I was gonna say I made you a moderator, didn't I? So you should be able to cuss and stuff, but yeah. This is for YouTube. Melly No shows long odds. Yes, great scene at the casino when he realizes, that the mob is after them. So yeah, we're now in the top 20. Callie's Heroes at 21. Oh yeah, forgot to show my Blu-ray. There it is. German once again, but there it is, the Blu-ray. There are the four main leads: Clint, Don Rickles, Telly Savalas, and the great Donald Sutherland. May rest in peace, bless him. Actually, I can say the same for Telly, because may he rest in peace. Don Rickles may rest in. Clint is the only survivor. Clint, for a lot of the early Clint films, Clint is the only survivor left, which is scary to think of. But yeah, at number 20, we have another Don Siegel film. No, it's not Escape from Alcatraz, but this one I like a hell of a lot. From 1968, again, one of the first few films that Clint did after returning from kicking ass and taking names in Europe with the spaghetti westerns. This was actually the first one that he did with Don Siegel together. This is where it all started. From 1968 with a 6.4 on IMDb. I give this one a 7.5 myself. It is the great, and for me, underrated, Coogan's Bluff. Now, I fucking love Coogan's Bluff. This is Clint at his most smoothest, I would say, because he has a way with the ladies in this one, man. He's like a very, very smooth operator in Coogan's Bluff. I'm not gay, obviously, but Clint's one sexy beast in this film, you know. No, Coogan's Bluff, great. I like the Lalo Schifrin score for this one. I like the whole sort of fish out of water element. Like he's a deputy sheriff in Arizona, and he goes to New York City to get a criminal back to Arizona to escort him. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I fucking love Coogan's. Ever since I first watched it, I was like, well, this is underrated, and it's always been a high-ranking one for me. Obviously, it kicks off my top 20, so I absolutely love Coogan's Bluff so much. A lot of great lines in it as well. Some great moments. Kelly's Heroes, Dirty Dozen, Guns of Never Own, Where Eagles There were almost spoon-fed to me by my dad. Seen this so many times. Yes, I love all of them films. Where Eagles There will be coming up soon, by the way. Obviously, that's another one with Clint. So, and obviously, the Dirty Dozen, it has Charlie B in it, so can't be all bad. No, Dirty Dozen is fantastic. I absolutely love that one as well. Only saw Coogan's Bluff in the past year or two. Never saw a cop film. Yes, yes, it definitely is. I fucking love Coogan's Bluff a lot. Yeah, I think it was another one of the early ones that I saw after the Dallas trilogy and Hang 'em High and stuff. Coogan's Bluff was one of the earliest ones that I've seen as well of Clint. I've always liked it, like I said. So nostalgia plays a big factor in it as well. Yeah, top two. Now things are getting serious. Let's get down to it. Need to drink a bit more because my throat is dry. Anyway, that kicked off the top 20. At number 19 is a film that Matt Pockrell 316 has been asking for, from 1971, the same year as Dirty Harry, the same year as The Beguiled. So it's not one of those two, because obviously we mentioned The Beguiled, but still yet to mention Dirty Harry. This one is Clint's first film as a director, that he also acted in, obviously, as well. It is, of course, the great Fatal Attraction prototype thriller, 1971's Play Misty for me, with a 6.9 IMDb. Are you fucking kidding me? With a 7.5 for me, from yours truly. So Jessica Walter in this one, man, she steals the show. She's absolutely fantastic as Evelyn. Man, what a performance. She genuinely creeps the shit out of me in this film. I definitely would not want to be in this situation with this chick, let's put it that way. But yeah, Play Missy for me, one excellent thriller, erotic thriller. And it's not an erotic thriller, although there are some. No, I wouldn't put it like on Basic Instinct level, but it definitely has shades of that. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the first one he directed. It's that's where he proved, you know, he's a great director as well as an actor. So yeah. I always confuse Coogan's Bluff with McCloud. Oh, actually, I've not seen McCloud. Yeah, she is a very, very nutty woman. Yeah. Now, as much as I love Play Missy for me, his character is not one of my favorites. So Clint's character in it, the DJ, Dave Garver, his character is too much wimpy for me. Like Clint is too much. I know he's a wimp a little bit, maybe in like Prince Massive County and stuff, but this is not on that level. This is supposed to be more serious and stuff, right? I mean, obviously, Bridge Massive County is like a love story. Obviously, you would expect it, and so this is a thriller. Like he barely lays a hand on her during the finale. Like she cuts him with a knife and stuff, and then he finally just gives her one punch, and then it's over the balcony in the end. Spoilers. Yeah, I think he takes a little too much abuse and stuff in this film before he actually does something back. So his character, it feels weird for Clint. But other than that, that's the only criticism I have on it. Other than that, it's fantastically well crafted thriller. Like I said, it's absolutely fantastic. Play Missy for me. But yeah, that's my only gripe. I don't really, not the biggest fan of his character in this film. Play Missy for me almost feels like a giallo. Yes, and yeah, the Roberta Flack song, "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face." I do like that song as well. Well, so am I, Ramon. So am I. I mean, I had the Bridges Madison County pretty high, so don't want to hear anyone complaining on voting at Joe and Jeff announces Right Turn Clyde is the number one. It's not number one. It's not number one, but it comes close to the top 10. Spoilers. Sun Impact is awesome. I hope you visit Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz? Where are we? It's number 18. The other World War II film. This is more of a man on a mission action film, like The Dirty Dozen. This one co-stars the great Richard Byrne, directed by Brian G. Hutton, who once again directed Kelly's Heroes as well. Number 18. Sorry, we have a film from 1968 once again. Well, 68 was a big year for Eastwood as well, huh? Wait, am I reading it right? Where the fuck am I? I swear, sometimes I feel I need glasses. Oh, here we go. 7.6 IMDb, 68. I give it an 8. It is the awesome Man on a Mission film, Where Eagles Dare, at number 18. Yes. Caveat to this one, when I first watched it, as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, whatever I was when I first watched it, again, it was in this box set that I bought when I was around that age. The first time I watched it, I liked it. I thought the action was cool and stuff, but I just felt it was a little too long and stuff. It is quite a long film, but nowadays I don't really feel it's too long anymore. I think it's a good pace and stuff. So I definitely changed my mind on that. But when I first watched it, I wasn't too impressed with it. Boy, how I've changed my mind, because obviously now it's at number 18. So yeah, Where Eagles Dare, fantastic film. Here's my German Blu-ray of it. The German title translate to Agents Die Lonely, basically, which definitely does not sound as cool as Where Eagles Dare. Or as Clint Eastwood and Richard Byrne dubbed it, Where Doubles Dare, because Richard Byrne was doubled a lot in the action sequences. This is Midnight Woods. I can't fucking pronounce anything today. Midnight Woodsman's. Yeah, there we go. Too many S's. Number 1. I mean, it's not far off from me. So yeah, like I said, it just keeps getting harder and harder to pick and choose. So, but Where Eagles Dare is fantastic. And for anybody who's into these kind of Man on a Mission movies, war movies, I highly recommend the awesome Dark of the Sun, aka The Mercenaries, with Rod Taylor, Jim Brown, one of the best in the genre. I have not seen that one, and I do love the genre, so I'll definitely be checking that one out. Cheers, everyone. Cheers for that recommendation. I also do want to check out the original Inglourious Basterds as well, the Enzo Castellari one. Obviously, because I'm a big fan of the Tarantino film, so I'd have liked to have seen Colin Farrell and Clint team up for a movie. What movie would you have liked them to make? As much as I'm a Pacino fan, maybe Eastwood and The Recruit with Colin Farrell, maybe. I mean, I do like Pacino in that film, but yes, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. It sounds amazing. I do like everything with Jim Brown. I mean, Jim Brown was in the fucking original Dirty Dozen, so can't go wrong. Oh wait, or was that? I always confuse the American football players that went into these action films. No, it wasn't Fred Williamson in that one, was it? No. I think it was Jim Brown. Anyway, so yeah, Where Eagles Dare, amazing. This next one is a drama, but damn, it's a good one. This one gets me emotionally every time. Clint Eastwood actually takes a bit of a backward step in this one, because the main role in this next one is Kevin Costner, from 1993. Directed, of course, by Clint. I gave this one a 9. This is the second film so far. I will give 9 stars. The kid actor in this one is fantastic. This one has a 7.2 in IMDb. No, 7.5, sorry. And again, I give it a 9. The next one is A Perfect World with Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. And again, I love the kid actor in this one as well. I think he's very natural, very good. A Perfect World, yes. Also with Laura Dern, Bruce Dern's daughter, in it as well. Yeah, this one is great, man. It's again more about Kevin Costner and the kid. You know, Kevin Costner plays a convict, escaped from prison, and he sort of travels with this kid, and sort of it is about them and the bond that they form and stuff. And it's very, very well made, very, very well executed. A Perfect World is fantastic. It's A Perfect World is almost a perfect movie, in my opinion. I love it. Again, it gets me emotionally every time, that film. So yeah, that's a number 17. We have A Perfect World. Fred Williams is originally Glorious. Yes, there you go. Confusing. Favorite Gauntlet scenes. I like it. Like when she tells the cop off. Yes, the cop. Another regular Eastwood collaborator. Oh, what's his face? He's in the Witchway films as well. He's also in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. That guy. He's also in Kinjete with Bronson. I just can't think of his fucking name right now. But yes, I do like that scene. Yeah, the escape through the house. They shoot like 1,000,000 rounds into the house. Yeah. The train scenes. Yeah, agree. The biker scenes. You pretty much just covered my favorite scenes right there, to Stacy. Yeah, those are definitely some of my favorite Gauntlet scenes as well. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty underrated. I like Perfect World. Yes, I absolutely adore this film so much. Been meaning to watch that one, The Perfect World. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend for sure. It yeah, it's very close to perfection. We still have a few films to go before we reach absolute perfection, but this is about as good as it gets. I know it's not the Jack Nicholson film. What it is as good as it gets. Number 16, we're getting much more closer to perfection. Because this next one is a fantastic action thriller. John Malkovich is fantastic in this one. I love the chemistry with Rene Russo. At number 16, we have In the Line of Fire. Don't know why I say it like that, but with a 7.2 in IMDb from 1993. It's an action, crime, drama, thriller. Directed by Wolfgang Peterson. So yeah, this for a change is not directed by Clint himself. This is actually the only one as of right now that I have on 4K, which yeah, In the Line of Fire also have the Blu-ray for it. I absolutely love this one. Rene Russo would be one of my favorite Clint female co-stars, by the way, for anyone that was asking earlier. I absolutely love Rene Russo and everything she's in. Obviously, the Lethal Weapon films, Thomas Crown Affair, Two for the Money with Al Pacino, which is a pretty underrated one for Pacino. Even The Intern with De Niro and Anne Hathaway, she was in that as well. I like Rene Russo when she pops up in these films. Ransom as well with Mel Gibson. I'm a Rene Russo fan. I like her a lot. I like the chemistry with her and Eastwood in this one. And yeah, John Malkovich, like I said, plays a fantastic villain. Love In the Line of Fire. It's kind of interesting. I always sort of compared like the filmographies of both Eastwood and Bronson. And there are similarities in both careers because obviously this is like a protect the president kind of film. Bronson kind of had that with Assassination in 1987. So this is Eastwood's protect the president sort of film. So obviously they both play bare knuckle fighters, Hard Times, Every Which Way But Loose. So there are a lot of similarities in Eastwood and Bronson's careers that not too many people are, realize at first glance. So, but they sort of stood out to me over the years. Mine is the 4th of February. Happy birthday, Jeff and Carlos. Well, we still have 2 hours before it's officially my birthday here in the Netherlands, anyway, when we take the time zones. But thank you, Stacy. When I do the watch party of Every Which Way You Can, or Every Which Way But Loose tomorrow with Gareth, then you can properly wish me happy birthday. Unless this stream goes for another 2 hours, which I doubt, because we're almost at the top 10. Sorry, I went away for a while. Well, I just put some fish fingers and spaghetti hoops under the grill. No worries, Dave. No worries. Coogan's Bluff. Yeah, I think Stacy's a bit behind on the thing. Because that was a few picks ago. In the Line of Fire is top notch. Also one that wasn't Warner Brothers. Yes. What is it? Columbia for that one? Yeah, Sony Columbia Pictures. Yeah. For that one. Beavis, fire. And another recommendation comes to mind when, if you like Perfect World, you should also watch the movie Hunted from 1952 with Dirk Beauregard. Good movie with the same premise. That definitely sounds interesting as much as I love this film, so I'll definitely give that one a go as well, for sure. Hunted, yeah. Yes, I will be turning 28 tomorrow. Yes. I watched The Man Alone recently. Pretty decent. Okay. This is a different film again. So yeah, In the Line of Fire was 16. So now number 15. And we have another Western here. This is absolutely one of my favorite Westerns, probably the most underrated Western with Clint. I don't hear too many people talk about this one, but I love this one. It also has a good mix of comedy in it, and it is another Don Siegel film with the lovely Shirley MacLaine co-starring. I'm not usually the biggest Shirley MacLaine fan, but I love her a lot in this one. I mean, where I think that even she's like pretty damn hot in the film. Like even if I watch her in other films, in terms of endearment comes to mind, like I can take or leave her, in terms of physical attraction or something, but I like her a lot in 1971s or 1970s, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. which is, again, it's a Western adventure drama, has a little bit of romance sprinkled in. Directed by Don Siegel, 7.5 for me. In Line of Fire is an 8.5, by the way, in case I forgot to mention. But I absolutely love Two Meals with Sister Sarah. This is definitely one I want to do on a podcast in the future with my two podcast co-hosts, Dan and Carlos. This is definitely a film that it's going to be one of my picks for the future, for sure. I absolutely love this one. This one feels a lot like a spaghetti western. Clint, even in the outfit that he has, and he has the beard once again, just like in the Man with No Name movies. This feels very spaghetti western-esque, but it's not a spaghetti western. It's an American production, filmed in Mexico, and directed by Don Siegel, like I said. However, it does have music by the maestro Ennio Morricone, and it is a pretty fucking fantastic Ennio Morricone score. So as usual, so I think that's one of the big parts why it feels like a spaghetti western, is because it does have music from the same guy that brought us The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, So, no, Two Meals for Sister Sarah is fantastic. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. Man Alone, yeah. Free on YouTube. Cool. Sun Impact filmed a lot in Santa Cruz. There you go. Yes, Tarantino did use it for Django Unchained. I do have the Django Unchained soundtrack on CD, and I actually played it recently in my car once again. And yes, there is the theme, or one of the themes from Two Meals with Sister Sarah on the Django Unchained soundtrack. So yeah, Tarantino's a fan, obviously. But anyway, we're not done with westerns. At number 14 is another fantastic western coming up. From 1985, Clint Eastwood's, penultimate western? Because obviously he would do one more western after this, which would be Unforgiven, which we haven't mentioned yet. At number 14, from 1985, directed by Clint, once again, with a 7.3 on IMDb, and for me it's a 7 or 7.5. Once again, it is, of course, the amazing Pale Rider, co-starring Carrie Snodgrass, Michael Moriarty, Chris Penn. One of my favorites. One of the aspects why it's a favorite of mine, or why I really dug it as a kid, especially when I first watched it, because I'm a big James Bond fan, as you guys all know. I love 007. And yes, Richard Kiel, aka Jaws from The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker, is also in this film. So as a kid, when I watched this one, I was like, hey, it's fucking Jaws from the Bond films. Well, I probably didn't say the F word, but it's Jaws from the Bond films, So that really, I was like, cool. It's cool to see him in something else other than the Bond films. And he pretty much plays a Jaws-esque character in this one as well. Like he's silent. There's a connection. There's a connection there. No, Pale Rider, fantastic. I love it so much that I do have the sideshow figure of the film, action figure, which it's still my favorite sideshow figure of the ones that they have released. Although I'm eyeing up their Josie Wales as well, if that gets back in stock. Josie Wales, that one looks like a great head sculpt and stuff. The other figures that I have are like the unlicensed one, because I'm not a big fan of the sideshow sculpts for like Dirty Harry and Man with No Name. But I'm gonna pull those figures out once we get to those characters, obviously. Well, we already did Dirty Harry, but that's a Dirty Harry figure from the first film, so I'm gonna pull that out when we discuss the first Dirty Harry film. And yeah, here's the box from that sideshow figure with cool artwork of Pale Rider right there. Clint Eastwood's signature Legacy Collection. There's the original poster art. Oh man, yes, Pale Rider, fantastic film. I do prefer the other western with a ghost element, obviously, because that one is still coming up. But I do love me some Pale Rider a hell of a lot. So yeah, gets better with each viewing. Pale Rider remake of yes, there is a lot of Shane elements in for sure. Yeah, Shane. Yes, that is definitely for me the best sideshow has done so far. Like I said, other than the Outlaw Josie Wales figure. That's looking pretty great as well. And then they disappointed once again with the Unforgiven figure that they announced, and I think it's up for. Well, I think you can order it right now. Yeah, the Preacher, Pale Rider. I definitely have to get that one. For sure, the official one anyway. Yeah, it's a loose remake. Yeah, but Eastwood, yeah, definitely influences inspired by Shane for sure. Definitely. So that's number 14. Number 13 and number 12. I'm going to do it 2-for-1 because I do have these two films on a double feature Blu-ray. So you're going to get number 12, number 14, and number 12 back to back. I'm going to give a hint. Right Turn Clyde is coming up. And number 13 is the first one of these films. I do prefer the second one by just a hair, but that's mostly because Sandra Locke is more likable than the second one. I like both of them a lot. Number 13, directed by James Fargo, which I give this one a 7, and I give also Any Which Way You Can, the second one, a 7 as well. But number 13 is Every Which Way But Loose, and number 12, of course, is Any Which Way You Can. So yeah, the Clint and Clyde films at number 13 and number 12. I don't care what anyone says. I love these movies a hell of a lot. Here's both of them on the German double feature Blu-ray. I don't care what anyone says. I love these films a hell of a lot. Great comedy in them. I love Clyde the orangutan. Jeffrey Lewis. I love Ruth Gordon as Ma. I love the bikers. I love the Black Widows. You know, you see that? A tattoo. It's a Black Widow. Yeah, fucking love the Clint Clyde films. So does Andy. Yeah, freaking love him. Oreos and the old one. You goddamn baboon. Yeah. Orangutan, Ma. Clyde's an orangutan. He's got 12 ribs just like us. I don't care whether he has 12 ribs or not. I'd have loved to see Russo as a serious villain in something. What movie could she have been a good villain? You see, you come up with these great questions I'll never have an answer to because I don't really think too much about this stuff. But give me more time. I'll try and think of something. No, I love both these films a hell of a lot. Right Turn Clyde, yeah, Chola, all the Black Widow guys. Nothing left to say. Great, they're just a fantastic time. The Clint and Clyde films. So that does bring us to number 11. So the last film before we go into the top 10. This is where it gets really, really serious. Number 11, we have the last film, the last team up, I should say, of Clint Eastwood and Don Siegel, where Don Siegel directed Clint Eastwood one last time in 1979. This was itching to get into the top 10, but if you see what my number 10 is, I actually swapped this with my number 10. If you see what my number 10 is, you're going to be like, fair enough. 1979, 7.6 on IMDb, 8.5 is what I give it. Maybe even a 9, honestly. But it is, of course, the amazing Escape from Alcatraz at number 11. Yeah, again, probably one of the first Clint films that I saw beyond the Westerns myself and the Dirty Harrys. Based on true events, on a true story, on the only guy that successfully, allegedly, escaped Alcatraz. Obviously, the legendary prison of Alcatraz, featured as well in Dirty Harry's The Enforcer, by the way. Another Eastwood connection with that location. Yeah, what can I say? It's just a great prison film. Probably my favorite prison film in general. I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of Lock Up with Stallone and stuff. I do like these prison dramas, but this must be probably my favorite of all of them. I absolutely love what Don Siegel did with this film, directing-wise, and obviously Eastwood in it, and the cast in it as well. Patrick McGoohan as the warden. Yeah, Escape from Alcatraz is a classic. The only reason it's not at number 10 as it was originally is because I decided to make number 10, my number 10 anyway, the second Dirty Harry film from 1973. I'm just going to quickly do this one before going on to the comments once again. At number 10, of course, it is Magnum Force. So, yes, I was in a toss-up between Magnum Force and Escape from Alcatraz for number 10. So, I love me some Dirty Harry, so eventually Harry won. Yeah, Magnum Force at number 10 with 7.2 on IMDb, with an 8.5 for me once again. Gotta love Magnum Force. Definitely the most action-heavy Dirty Harry film of all of them. When do we paint the town red? That's High Plains Drifter, which... Where is it? The wait will not be long. Much longer. Will not be a much longer wait. I've said it before, but not many actors can make you believe he's a cop or a pilot or he lives with a monkey. Yes. Or the phone scene with him and where Eastwood goes. He drops the F-bomb in that scene, doesn't he? You're gonna point me with my ass, you motherfucker, whatever he says. I don't remember the exact line, but that whole phone conversation. They have a lot of phone conversations, to be honest, but the one where Clint loses it at the end of the scene. Yes, Escape from Alcatraz is awesome. It's freaking awesome. It's fucking awesome, is what I say. I own the Canon film Going Bananas. Yes, that has Clyde in it. Or they were originally going to use Clyde, yeah. The kid from Over the Top, David Mendenhall, was originally going to co-star with Misbia, and they replaced him, yes. Yes, watch the Electric Boogaloo documentary on Canon for more on that. Menachem Golan from Canon really thought Clyde was an actor. He was speaking to Clyde as an actor. Clyde, you're gonna like the kid. You're gonna grow a relationship with the kid. Yeah, he was really explaining the plot to the fucking monkey. Yeah. Hold on tight. We're heading into top 10. Shit is about to get real. Yes. Yeah, top 5. Yeah, like I said, it's a cunt hair away from top 10, isn't it? So yeah, for me. So yeah. Escape from Alcatraz, man. Classic. Legitimate classic. Yeah, Menachem Golan, yeah. It's great cinema, great entertainment. You love it. Everybody does a Menachem Golan impression. The shit is really going to get real because the number 9 is probably one of the most tear-jerker films ever, especially in Clint's filmography, even more than Bridge of Madison County, even more than Mystic River, even more than Changeling. This is one that just gets me every damn fucking time. Number 9 is a very, very heavy drama from 2004. It's a sports drama, so I might have given it away already because that's only one of those films is on Clint's filmography. Well, unless you count Trouble with the Curve, but I don't. Number 9, it is the Oscar-winning $1 Million Baby with Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman co-starring. Yeah, this one has won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture of the Year in 2004, or was it 2003? Guessing 2004, right? Am I correct in saying that? I am correct, and it is 2004. Yeah, this won Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor for Morgan Freeman, Best Actress for Hilary Swank. What else did it win? Best Director for Clint, and yeah, Best Picture of the Year. So yeah, $1 Million Baby, masterpiece. Not one I watch often because it is a hard-hitting one, literally and figuratively. But damn, it's oh so fucking good. It's a masterpiece. Yes, Bill Ryder is great. I think Stacy's a little bit behind. I knew we can do good impressions, Jeff, but I wasn't expecting you to be able to do Menachem Golan. It's great. You just go like this. You just kind of do an Arnold, but you tone it down a little bit and put a little of the Jewish accent into it. Yeah. My Schatzel. Just go a little crazy like that. I like the movie. Oh, this is Man or Baby. Yeah. Was Clint and the orangutan pals after that they visit after the shoot? I don't think so. They definitely bonded with the orangutan over the film, but I don't think it went after filming anywhere. So shit's gonna get even more real. Number 8, we're gonna paint the town red because this is 1973's badass western. High Plains Drifter at number 8. The first Western that he directed himself, that he was in as well. This is about as close as Clint got to recapturing the Leone style, in my opinion, because this one, it almost damn well feels like it is another one of the Dollars films. This could have easily been like the fourth Man with No Name film, High Plains Drifter, because again, he doesn't have a name in this one, point one. And yeah, it feels very spaghetti Western-esque, except for the music. The music by Dee Barton is great, but it doesn't feel like a Morricone score. But no, High Plains Drifter is fantastic. 7.4 on IMDb. Give this one an 8.5 once again. Million Dollar Baby, by the way, Million Dollar Baby gets a 9.5 from me. That's how good I think it is. But yeah, High Plains Drifter, man, what an amazing film. This is definitely my preferred one of the ghost westerns, because obviously there's speculation that Clint's like a ghost character in Pale Rider, and there's obviously more of an indication that he's a ghost character in this film. Yeah, this is my favorite of the quote-unquote ghost westerns that he did. Scene with the stool. Yes, exactly that scene. And pretty much the whole, 40 minutes after that. If I rewatch a boxing movie, it's usually Rocky or Raging Bull or the much lighter Midnight Sting with Ghost in the Woods. Yeah, well, obviously, you know what my most rewatch boxing film is. But Million Dollar Baby is a great one on its own right, definitely. For sure. I would probably sandwich it between Rocky and Raging Bull. I might prefer it slightly over Raging Bull. I love the hell out of Raging Bull. I don't know. Rocky is definitely number one, hands down, no question about it for me. But it's time to enter into Sergio Leone territory. We just mentioned him. First up, my Blu-ray for High Plains Drifter. There it is. Painted Town Red. I think this might be the first collaboration with him and Jeffrey Lewis, because Jeffrey Lewis, of course, was in the Which Way films, Bronco Billy, etc. In this one, Jeffrey Lewis plays the villain. I think he does a great villain in this one. So yeah, but anyway, that one felt like a Leone film. Let's get on to Leone. And again, I'm going to give you a 2-for-1 once again, because I have these two films on a double bill as of now. Arrow has, what was it, yesterday, the day before yesterday, Arrow Video have announced that they're going to do special 4K editions of these three films. Well, two of them we're going to mention right now. The third one is going to still take a bit. At number 7 and number 6, we have the first two Sergio Leone Clint Eastwood collaborations. Number 7 is the second one from 1965, co-starring Lee Van Cleef and Gian Maria Volonté, with an 8.5 score for me for a few dollars more at number 7. And then at number 6, the score gets upped by a half point, so I give 1964's Fistful of Dollars at number 6. I give this one a 9. Yes, I do still prefer Fistful over For a Few Dollars More, but it's only by this much, because both of them are fantastic. But Fistful of Dollars well, again, I have to say this again, but I always credit A Fistful of Dollars and also another film, Open Range, with Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall. I always credit those two films for making me a Western fan, or the Western fan that I am today. Because one night on Dutch television, there was a double feature. I remember it well. I think it was an RTL 7. It's the channel here. There was a double feature. First, it was Open Range from, I guess, 8:30 to 10 something, whatever it was. After Open Range, I wanted to go to bed. But then the second film started playing, A Fistful of Dollars. And I saw that opening scene with the colorful Technicolor opening sequence, kind of like a Bond film, like the title sequence. And with the awesome music by Ennio Morricone, I was like, I had to remote in hand because I wanted to go to bed. I was like, I could watch this for a bit. And I ended up watching the entire film and loving it. So Fistful of Dollars is one of the biggest films for me in my lifetime, because it made me a really, really big Western fan. I think Open Range definitely gave that a good push to it, but Fistful of Dollars sealed the deal for sure. So yeah, it's always For a Few Dollars More is my least favorite of the trilogy, but that doesn't mean a damn jack shit, because all three of them are fantastic, and all three I can watch over and over again so many times, never get tired of. But I do still prefer Fistful of Dollars slightly over For a Few Dollars More. even though for a few dollars more, again, let's pull up the poster for it, did give us the fantastic Lee Van Cleef, which obviously Van Cleef would reappear again in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which we still haven't mentioned yet. But yeah, here's my double feature of it that I still have as of now. I have pre-ordered all the Arrow Video editions of these films, but yeah, Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more. Classic. Nothing left to say. Nothing left to say at all on those two. Raging Bull is a master. Yes, I agree, but it's tough, depressive watch for sure. High Plains Drifter is number 2 for me ever, of every single film or just of Clint's films. Okay, I think I know what happened. You pause and then it plays back from a few seconds earlier. So, Lee Van Cleef is the master from the Ninja TV show, which is yes, Van Cleef is amazing. This was the first one I saw, High Plains Drifter. Yes, it wasn't my first one, but definitely it's a fantastic one. Yes and no. Eastwood has never done a film like Jaws, so yeah. Although I might go that direction, but I will not deny that Spielberg is legendary in his own right. High Plains Drifter was based on or highly influenced by the spaghetti western Stranger's Gundown, Django the Bastard. Yes, I do have that one. I've heard that and I watched Django the Bastard and I kind of see it, but I kind of don't. So it's one of those things that I can see the influence, but I'm not 100% sure if Eastwood saw that film, because that wasn't all too long before High Plains Drifter came out. So I think you do. I think you do, but I still gotta keep the suspense up a little bit. High Plains Drifter and Rio Bravo are my favorite American westerns. High Plains Drifter would be my top 5 of American westerns if I'm not including the European spaghetti westerns. Yeah, High Plains Drifter would be very high. This one would be a little bit higher as well. Number 5, top 5. We're getting there. 1976. Another big film in Eastwood's career. You Need Much of a Living, Boy. That's all I'm going to say. And 7.8 IMDb. Give this one a 9.5 myself. It is, of course, the amazing The Outlaw Josie Wales at number 5. Again, so many great moments in this one. Great quotes, great sequences, great scenes, obviously. Outlaw Josie Wales, great film. Here's my Blu-ray of it. With his 2 guns right there. Yeah, this is a masterpiece. Outlaw Josie Wales, another one of my favorite American westerns. I think Clint pretty much dominates that list because I love pretty much every American western that Clint has done. Again, except for Paint Your Wagon, but I don't count that as a western. But yeah, no, Outlaw Josie Wales. Okay. I have not seen that interview then. Let's move right along because we are getting there. Number 4. One of Clint Eastwood's magnum opuses for me. Is that the plural of that word? I don't know. This, again, I said it before in the stream and I will say it again. Number 4, this would have been his perfect mic drop film. By the way, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1, they all get 10 stars out of 10 for me. For me, they're perfect Clint Eastwood films now. Number 4 should have been his perfect mic drop film from 2008. It is, of course, Clint Eastwood as Walt Kowalski in Gran Torino, which everyone at the time when this was announced, everyone thought this was going to be another Dirty Harry film, but obviously it's far from it. This one, definitely not politically correct. His character in this one, just, not that his character was politically correct in Heartbreak Ridge or anything, but I like this one a lot. I like the redemption story, and I like how it's about this bitter old, guy who's definitely more than a touch racist, who befriends this young kid from the neighborhood. Obviously a foreign kid, or a kid with a different appearance other than his. Let's put it that way. and he puts his, prejudices aside and, forms a bond with this kid. I like the redemption arc in this one. I like the whole arc of his character. I do see the criticism that people have with especially with the kid that plays the young teenage boy that he befriends. He can be a bit wooden and stiff, but I still think it's a natural performance. I still like him in it. But this is obviously Clint Eastwood's show. Let's not kid ourselves. This is Clint Eastwood's film. This is definitely his show, and some of the comments he makes in this one is just fantastic. I love the whole scene where they go to the barber, the old Italian son of a bitch prick barber and stuff like that. When he teaches him how men talk and stuff. That scene actually connects with me in a different level because I remember going to the barber that my dad always went to, and they had the same relationship as Walt Kowalski and the barber had in the film. And I was there with them, and they were just going back and forth, insulting each other. I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and I was reminded of that. I was definitely reminded of that when I saw Gran Torino for the first time. So yeah, I love Gran Torino a lot. The ending especially fantastic. Again, would have been okay. That's it for Clint Eastwood as an actor. Perfect. Mic drop film. So, is there such a thing as Clint dyslexia? I get a lot of his westerns mixed up. Well, I can tell them apart pretty easily, but I can see the point. I can see the point. The cowboy in inner space says outlaw Josie Wales. Vales. Okay. More in short. So yeah, it's now we're in the top 3 again. 10 stars out of 10 for Gran Torino. Fucking love it. For me, it's a masterpiece. Number 3 is another big masterpiece, and it is 1971's immortal classic, directed by Don Siegel. Don Siegel, this is for me Don Siegel's magnum opus. The first, the best, the original, the classic, the masterpiece, Dirty fucking Harry. Yes, I got this poster especially last Tuesday. Actually, it arrived last Tuesday for the stream that I was going to do on that day. I'm going to keep it up for a bit because I love that poster. Same with the Death Wish one there. Yeah, Clint deserves some spotlight on my wall because I don't really. This is my first Clint poster that I have now. But yeah, Dirty Harry. What can I say? This is the one that gave us the famous, do you feel lucky and stuff, and did he fire 6 shots or only 5 and all that stuff. Immortal classic, and Andrew Robinson played a fantastic bad guy in this one as the Scorpio Killer. The soundtrack by Lalo Schifrin, I think, is fantastic. And Don Siegel did fantastic work of course, with directing it. One scene I should mention is directed by Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood kind of directed a small portion of this film as well, because I think all of you will know. But the scene where Harry goes up to talk the suicide guy down, the guy that wants to jump off the building, the jumper. That scene is directed by Clint. That's the scene where at the end he says, "Now you know what they call me, Dirty Harry. Every dirty job that comes along." Yeah, that scene is apparently directed by Clint himself. So I don't think I can really say much more about Dirty Harry that hasn't been said already. This is the point where I do pull out that action figure right there of Dirty Harry, because it is representing him from the first film. Yes, I mean, can't go wrong with Dirty Harry Callahan. Yes. Make my day. What I always disliked a little bit in the first Dirty Harry is that he basically just had to chase one single guy. Well, I like that. I like the cat and mouse aspect of him and the Scorpio Killer. That's the thing I like in it. That's why I used to not like Magnum Force too much, because it was a whole group. I was like, I just want him chasing one guy, Yeah, just goes to show how opinions change, because Magnum Force probably used to be one of my lesser favorite Dirty Harry films. Now it's my second favorite, so yeah. Dirty Harry's pretty amazing. What can beat this? Well, there's only 2 more. Yeah, indeed, because the Lalo Schifrin soundtracks are fantastic, and they work so well with the Dirty Harry films. Yeah, it's amazing. One of my most watched films of all time for sure is Dirty Harry. So yeah, I mean, Cobra's pretty much the 80s remake of Dirty Harry, and I fucking love that. So yeah. Yes, that is Ratman Toys. As well as, I'm gonna pull this out in a bit. The Man with No Name figure behind me there. But yes, that is a unlicensed third party Ratman Toys figure. Yes. Now, what can be better than Dirty Harry? Well, nothing. Good night. No. There are two more examples of stuff that I like a little bit better. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show my Gran Torino Blu-ray. There it is. Got my top two right here. Let's keep that out of view. Number two is Clint Eastwood's directorial magnum opus, if you will. 1992, he got the Oscar for this one for the first time. This was definitely the first film that showed that, you know, Clint Eastwood was more than just a action star or just a good, you know, actor in these sort of films. This one was critically praised by everyone and well received by audiences in 1992. Again, it won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture. 1992's masterpiece, Unforgiven, at number 2. It's a hell of a thing to kill a man. Take away all he's got and all he's ever gonna have. And all that stuff. And you be William Money out of Missouri, the killer of women and children. That's right. I've killed women and children. I've killed just about anything that walked or crawled at one time or another. And I'm here to kill you, little Bill, for what you did to Ned. I mean, so many fantastic performances in this one. I mean, Gene Hackman kind of steals the show in this one for me. Gotta be honest, Gene Hackman is amazing as Little Bill Daggett. Also, Morgan Freeman's great in, and Richard Harris as English Bob. The scene with English Bob, Richard Harris, and Gene Hackman as Little Bill in the jail cell. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole film, because I love how Gene Hackman is just taunting him, you know, behind bars, because, you know, he has English Bob in jail, and he's reading the book, you know, the Duke of Death, and he keeps saying the Duck of Death, and then you have the biographer there, who plays him again, Saul Rubinek, True Romance. He was also Death Wish 5 with Bronson. And you have the biographer there trying to correct him. He's like, the Duke of Death. Duck, I says. Just the way he delivers that line, I fucking love it. And then obviously how he recounts the story of English Bob, you know, being drunk. And Corky Two Gun, he says, no, Corky never carried 2 guns, but he should have. No, the reason they call him 2 guns is because he had a dick that was so big, it was longer than the barrel of the Walker Colt that he was carrying. And then he goes, you know, I can't remember the full story, but at the end he says, well, if Corky did have 2 guns instead of just a big dick, he would be right there to defend himself to the end. And said English Bob just shot him like a coward because he was drunk. Yeah, Gene Hackman, he deservedly so, he got the Oscar for Unforgiven. Gene Hackman is fantastic in that film. He definitely aged well. Will think he got meaner with age. Yeah, definitely. Still need to see the Japanese remake of Unforgiven. There is a Japanese remake of Unforgiven? Samurai flick. Okay. On one hand, I don't want to find out because I just fucking love Unforgiven that much, but on the other hand, I'm intrigued. So yeah. Clint brought back the Western with Pale Rider and Unforgiven. Westerns were finished at this point. Well, 2 years earlier than Unforgiven, we did have Dances with Wolves, which was pretty successful as well, especially with the Oscars and stuff. But I definitely see your point. Definitely for Pale Rider, that was a big comeback because Heaven's Gate, the Cimino film, that pretty much killed Westerns there in the 80s for a bit. Yeah. For my number 1, I think it's time for a wardrobe change. I'm gonna put my poncho on. I can hear coyotes howling for this one at number 1. Yeah, I'm hearing the where's that coming from? No, of course we all know at number 1 we're gonna talk about this masterpiece right here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Hands down, the best film for me that Clint has ever done in his entire career. It's a masterpiece. It is my third favorite film of all time. Or is it my fourth favorite? Wait a minute. My favorite is Scarface, then I have Once Upon a Time in the West. Yeah, I think number three is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then The Godfather. So yeah, or flip those around. But The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is definitely on my list of favorite films of all time. And yeah, there we go. We got the punch one properly. Do get the figure for that as well. Once again, Redmond Toys, Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, yeah. Man with No Name, Blondie. Oh, he does have a name in every film. I never got that Man with No Name stuff, you know. Because in the first one it's Joe, the second one it's Manco, and this one is Blondie in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Oh yeah, and here's the Blu-ray for it. 1966, Sergio Leone, fantastic film. Sergio Leone would only top it with one film, in my opinion, which is Once Upon a Time in the West. I do prefer Once Upon a Time in the West over The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But it's a 10-star out of 10 film. It's a 10 out of 10. Easily. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Man, what a masterpiece. It's also the highest rated film of Eastwood on IMDb. This is at an 8.8. This is the highest rated film on Eastwood's entire filmography. Deservedly so. Because, well, I give it a 10. I know Carlos will give it a 10. So I think maybe some of you guys in the chat will give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's perfect. So yeah, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You cannot go wrong with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's Tarantino's favorite film of all time. Tarantino said it's pretty much the perfect cinematic experience film and stuff. I won't go that far, but I think it's fucking perfect. I love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Again, give me the longest version. I don't care how long it is. I watch the longest version always of every Sergio Leone film. Sergio Leone is my favorite director of all time. I want to see every frame of film that man has shot, so I'll go for the longest film version always. Yes, it is a masterpiece. Lee Van Cleef, Eli Wallach, especially Eli Wallach as Tuco Benedicto Pacifico Juan Ramiro Ramirez, known as the Rat. Fantastic. Hey Blondie, you son of a bitch. What's this? One bastard goes in, the other goes out. Yeah. Nothing left to say. Good, the Bad, the Ugly, number one, undisputed, will never change for me. Yes, it is a masterpiece. Yeah, I do. I'm definitely in the correct outfit for it. No, I'm not a Star Wars fan to begin with, so no. It is 3 hours long, and it feels like 5 minutes for me. So yeah, terrific list and entertainment. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Yes, it is the longest, but again, I don't give a shit. It feels like 5 minutes for me. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and High Plains Drifter. Only Eastwood films that I rate the highest. Okay, there you go. Cheers, everybody. This has been ace. Thank you guys for commenting. This has been ace. In a lot of part. Thanks to you guys. After I got canned on the last attempt, I was like, okay, well, am I gonna pre-record it now or? But I wanted to do this live because I always love the interaction with you guys as I do these. So that's why I couldn't do this as a pre-recorded one. We will, however, give another recap for people that are tuning in late or just wondering after 2.5 hours, like what the hell was the ranking again? So we're gonna do a fucking recap. Dead Last, Paint Your Wagon, number 48. Then we have number 47, City Heat. Joe Kidd at 46. Cry Macho at 45. Trouble with the Curve at number 44. White Hunter Black Heart at number 43. Firefox at 42. The Argus Sanction at number 41. Tightrope at 40. Bloodwork at number 39. True Crime at 38. Absolute Power at number 37. Pink Cadillac at 36. Bronco Billy at 35. The Mule at 34. Vulnerable Life at number 33. Space Cowboys 32. The Deadpool 31. The Rookie number 30. Honky Tonk Man number 29. Hang 'em High 28. Oh wait, I think I swapped that. No, wait. Hang 'em High was 29. Honky Tonk Man was 28. That's the ranking. Forgive me. Bridge Man's County 27. Enforcer 26. The Gauntlet 25. Heartbreak Witch 24. Sun Impact 23. The Beguile 22. Kelly's Heroes 21. Coogan's Bluff number 20. Play Misty for Me number 19. Where Eagles Dare number 18. A Perfect World at 17. In the Line of Fire at 16. Two Mules for Sister Sarah at 15. Pale Rider at 14. Every Which Way But Loose at number 13. Any Which Way You Can at 12. Escape from Alcatraz at number 11. Magnum Force at number 10. $1 Million Baby at number 9. High Plains Drifter at number 8. For a Few Dollars More at number 7. A Fistful of Dollars at number 6. The Outlaw Josie Wales at number 5. Gran Torino at number 4. Dirty Harry at number 3. Unforgiven at number 2. And The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Masterpiece number 1. That's it. That's the ranking. And it is indeed time for a smoke. So I'm going to have one more smoke, then we're going to wrap up for sure. I'm going to watch another fucking Eastwood film after this. So, yeah. As I am an hour away from my birthday as well, so let's see. Got this one, got this one, got this one. Eli Wallach, Great Walls, and Baby. Yeah, Baby Doll is good. And The Associate, yeah. Magnificent Seven, and pretty much everything that Eli Wallach has been. Even Godfather 3. I don't mind having Godfather 3. Would you have liked to see Clint and Stephen Bauer work together? Yeah, sure. I do like Stephen Bauer, obviously Scarface. He was Manny. Sure, why not? Why not? Thank you, Andy. Like I said, you guys make these things. You guys are a big factor of why these things are so much fun. I went to the Morricone concert with a friend, and I took my mom. She was crying during the performance of Axie. I wish I could have got to see him in concert. Man, do I wish. That's definitely a big missed opportunity for sure. GAT free stream. Yes, no GAT. I do like the westerns, but love Dirty Harry and Scorpio more. Yes, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. So fun to see all the posters. Beautiful. Yeah, Clint has some great posters for sure. This was actually a quick one for the. Yes, I think we did this quicker than Seagal and Van Damme. So I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Favorite 7 posters. Probably this is my favorite, although that's not maybe necessarily my favorite poster. I do love the Unforgiven poster. Obviously, I love the Dirty Harry one. I got that on my wall. This one, I think, might be my favorite Clint Eastwood poster because just look at him there. That's a fantastic drawing of Eastwood. I love the Gauntlet poster as well. Where is it? Let me pull that one up. I love that one as well. Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Yeah, he does have great posters. I do like the Enforcer poster as well for some reason. Yeah, this one is iconic for me as well, the Play Misty for Me one. So yeah, those would be some of my favorites. And this one as well, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Yeah. So yeah, there are definitely some great posters. No, thank you, Ramon. Again, thanks to all of you that have been here, and to all the people that will watch this on replay. I will try ranking one day. I've seen them all, but many are some of my favorite movies ever. Yes, definitely.
My 7th favorite: Unforgiven, Escape from Alcatraz, Dirty Harry, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, In Line of Fire, Any Which Way Would Lose, and Sun Impact. Yeah, Sun Impact is a good one as well. I do like that one as well. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Shut the fuck up, kid. Yeah. Yeah, Scorpio. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're still an hour away. So at least on my time anyway. Once again, so. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, tomorrow I will be celebrating my birthday properly with Gareth. We'll be doing a watch party of one Clint film. Every Which Way But Lose. So tomorrow, join me here for some Clint and Clyde action with Gareth to celebrate my birthday at I think 9:30 p.m. UK time, so 10:30 for me. So yeah. Juliet Lewis rings Clint. She says, "You did great work, my father. I'd like to work with you ASAP. Can you work with me?" Clint do now, and also. Well, I would go 15 years ago because there's a lot of talk, and it seems realistic that Juror number 2 is the last Clint Eastwood film. Because The Good Man is going to be 95 this year, so come on, it's time for a rest. As much as I love him, he has deserved a well-earned retirement at this point. 15 years, I can definitely see her in. Like one of the films that he directed, like American Sniper stuff. Like I can see him in some of those. I can see her, I should say, in one of those films from a few years ago. Maybe In Trouble with the Curve instead of the Amy Adams role, maybe, or stuff like that. Something like that. Yeah. That would be a good pun. I'm going to definitely introduce him as Clyde. So amazing to visit Santa Cruz and see the filming location for Sun Impact. Would have been awesome to be there when it was made. A very unique time. It plays outside the San Francisco Bay, 2 hours. Yeah. Who are we ranking next? Well, like I said, tomorrow it's a watch party of a Clint film. I think it's going to be a few watch parties after that, somewhere later this week. I don't know. This was actually the big one. This was the one that was requested the most. Like ever since I started doing top 10s, everybody has been like, "You gotta do a top 10 Eastwood. You gotta do top 10 Eastwood." I was like, "Well, it's too hard to do a top 10. I want to talk about them all." So that's how I came up with this format. So this was the big one. I do not want to do Pacino yet because I still have a lot of Pacino films to watch, and obviously I still have a lot of Pacino films to review on my channel. De Niro, I've seen the majority of all of his films, but it's just all those crappy comedies that I would have to catch up on. Could maybe do Nicholson. I think I pretty much have the bulk of Nicholson films. I could do Jack Nicholson next. But I do not know 100% yet. So watch this channel for updates. That's what I'm going to say. I do like dressing up, yeah. Yeah, it could be. Oh, Gareth, yeah. I was going to say, obviously I do as well. No, yeah, could be interesting if Gareth, yeah. Yeah. Yes, I'd like to have, and Hereafter. No, Changeling, not in the Angelina Jolie role, because I like Angelina Jolie in that film, but well, that was in my director ranking. That was in my director rank at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, Dolph is certainly an option. Dolph is certainly an option for sure. I just got in a few Dolph films, so I'm definitely completing his filmography. So that's definitely a strong possibility for, well, in the not so distant future. So yeah, Dolph could be an option. Cynthia Rothrock could be an option. As I'm going to meet her this month, 22nd of February, I'm going to meet Cynthia Rothrock, so that's definitely an option to do a stream on Cynthia. But yeah, I do not know that. But Dolph is certainly one of the people I'm focusing on at the moment, so I'm still completing his filmography, so that's definitely an option for sure. Yeah.
I do have that Clint Eastwood poster right there, Stacy. So there you go, Dirty Harry. These ranking ones are great. Started following one time you started watching the Pacino ones. Yes, we'd love to see that. But number one is already quite obvious. Yes, indeed. I think everyone and their mother knew that The Good, the Bad, the Ugly was going to be my number one Clint Eastwood film. I think everyone and their mother knows that Scarface is going to be my favorite Pacino film. So, yeah. Awesome outfit, handsome as always. Thank you, Stacey. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Yes, I can quickly do the recap for you of the director ones. I don't have the posters for them, so you have to take my word for it. The director ones, The Changeling is my number 2. Eastwood directed film. Mystic River is my favorite, number 1. American Sniper, number 3. Sully, number 4. Richard Jewell, number 5. Letters from Iwo Jima, number 6. 1517 in Paris, number 7. Flags of Our Fathers, number 8. J. Edgar, number 9. Invictus, number 10. Jersey Boys, number 11. Hereafter, number 12. Breezy, number 13. And Bird, number 14. And Midnight Garden of Good and Evil at number 15. And that only leaves out Juror number 2, which I still haven't seen that one yet. So, actually, I forgot to put my screen like this. I want to showcase these 3 Clint icons, but I forgot until right now. But anyway, there you go. Rough Rock I'd have liked as the Chab instead of Paul Rodriguez one. Would like some serious. Yes, I think she's grossly underrated. I fucking love Cynthia Rothrock. So I'm gonna meet her this month. I'm very, very excited for that. This month is gonna be good. It's gonna be my birthday tomorrow, and then by the end of the month, I'm gonna meet Cynthia Rothrock. So yeah. February cannot go wrong already. Wow, what an amazing filmmaker. Hard to believe the same star made those. Yes, indeed. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I guess that's the Clint Eastwood ranking. We've done it all. Amazing body of work, blows away everybody ever, basically. I don't think anybody can top Clint when it comes to acting, directing, producing, all that stuff. Clint has done it all. Except for writing. I don't think Clint has ever done screenplay work. I could be wrong, though, but yeah. Anyway, legendary career. Not many people are all too worthy of the word legend. I mean, legend gets thrown around a hell of a lot, but Clint is definitely one of those people where legend and his name, Clint Eastwood, just goes together in the same sentence. It's one of those things. Anyway, I think that's it for now. I'm going to lead you out on the clip montage of Clint Eastwood once again. I'm going to be saying adios for this one, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for Every Which Way But Loose with Gareth Video Tasties on a watch party. Celebrating my birthday, so come say hi, come wish me happy birthday, all that stuff, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I felt lucky on this one, and I've been lucky to have not been pulled yet by YouTube. So adios, and we'll see you all later. Well, tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, good night, Bob McCall. He does rewrites or originates many ideas, but doesn't want the Friday. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes. Anyway, goodbye, Stacy. Goodbye, Sparks. Bob McCall. Who else was here? Ramon, Dutch Film Buff. Everybody that I missed. I think Gareth was here to be. I think Gareth is live right now as we speak. So, anyway, adios. We'll see you all. Hopefully tomorrow once again. So here's Clint to lead us out.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being as this is the .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it could blow your head clean off, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Go ahead. Make my day.